Well, welcome in, everybody. Joe Frauhofer and Madison Cruz. We'll catch you guys right up to speed as we approach the fourth minute. Arif Kovac sets up from the spot, steps up to it, and it's slotted into the back of the net. Make it 2 for the under 8 for the Five Stripes. Maddie will try and repass everything that's happened up to right now, but safe to say, Five Stripes are flying to start.
Oh, immediately. I mean, what a response, especially opening up and getting 2 goals immediately in under 2 minutes. Honestly, especially to start things out in under 2 minutes. Joining us as well, he's able to step up immediately, slots it home right past Charlotte's keeper. And then you're in a penalty too. It's Arif Kovac who's able just to continue to run past the keeper. And as he's making that run, putting that pressure, keeper gets low trying to stop it. And as he's making that run, putting that pressure, keeper gets low trying to stop it.
From the under 18s here as we approach just the first 5 minutes of this one. Of course, it's a derby morning, and we're thrilled to be joining all of you guys, whether you're 17, whether you're joining from Charlotte, or wherever you are in the world. Thanks for starting the day with the beautiful game. We got a beautiful morning here for it. The Five Stripes are already certainly imposing themselves here in Marietta as we see Charlotte build out. They will be playing from right to left on your screen as the Five Stripes move from left to right. As the Five Stripes move, possession stays here with Charlotte. Stuck in the shoulder there, just a bit too aggressive, and we will go with a free kick for the visitors.
It's one thing that's so interesting about these matchups, especially when you get to the lower levels too. You know that there's a little bit of that rivalry already seeping through, especially with Charlotte, with Nashville, even with Miami too. You see it kind of stem all the way through from first team all the way down to the academy. For Charlotte, how do they respond? You know, you go down 2 goals really early on. How do they find something here to maybe try to make it a 1-goal game?
And right on cue, it's swinger there with the insole, struck in a volley attempt right there that floats its way on target into the end. Mendoza right there with one of the first opportunities for the visitors. And you said it, Manny, not only with just the play on field between the first team all the way down to the academy, some of the antics on social media as well. This is a certified derby here in the football landscape of the United States that is continuing to heat up as you see game play already heating up here for the Five Stripes as well. Stuck-in challenge right there, but absorbing pressure. Well done by Armstead right there, but it'll be a free kick for Atlanta United U18.
Yeah, Armstead was just trying to cut in and slide that pass through. It's that aftermath of what gets the foul. He's able to get the pass, and then it's that collision that happens right after that ball gets passed. And then it's that collision that happens right after that ball gets passed.
Good number of fans starting to trickle in this morning as well to start out their day. Fans starting to trickle in this morning. Tidy on the dribbles, controlling it from back to front there. DD Tidy on the dribbles. Another name, Maddie, that feels like we've said it so often throughout all the different systems here at Atlanta United, whether you think about the twos, the academy as well. Just one of the many really impressive younger talents here at this club.
It was great watching him with Atlanta United too. I think you saw him really grow. I think in that position too, especially in the midfield, and especially his role in the midfield too, holding back, being that number 6, kind of stepping up too when needed. I really been liking actually his offensive efforts recently too. He's been able to step up and find more of those moments.
And on the ball right now, he leaks one into the far left wing right there. Amir Henry is a guy who's been so productive last couple of matches. He can really stretch out his defenders and put him on skates as well. He's so tidy with his cutbacks and driving it onto his favorite right boot. As you see Charlotte, speaking of tidy, playing nicely through that high press that won them the penalty earlier. It was Arif Kovac, the young man who's been great in terms of work rate, being a bit of a target man as well. As you see him get stuck in once again, he finds it just outside of the half circle. Can't keep his footing. Charlotte will take it out, dribbling the other way. Hernandez applying nice bit of pressure right there for the Five Stripes. But the visitors can squeak out of it. Foul and a free kick for Charlotte.
I like the high pressure from Atlanta early on. Even when you are up 2 goals, you still want to keep that pressure going. Even when you want to push, you want to put pressure on Charlotte because you know that it works. You still want to push, you want to put pressure on Charlotte.
A nice long ball right over the top that certainly worked. Right into the crafty feet of Geraldo as he stretches it and flicks on right here. Elizalde leaves it right at the top of the box with time for a strike that whizzes just outside of frame. Gonzalez right there sized it up, had time to guide it onto his insole. Just a little bit too much, but Charlotte starting to show themselves early.
Yeah, that one just gets skied a little bit. He was leaning a little too far back as that shot was coming through. But listen, that shot comes to you, and if I'm Gonzalez, I'm taking that one every time. You see the opening and take it. If I'm Gonzalez, I'm taking that one every time. You see the opening and take it.
Playing from out of the back here, Arif Kovac. It was a ball that was immediately played from his own back line as he's able to bring it down. We'll cycle it back to Brown, and then fizz it all the way back to a name who I'm sure we'll say several times here today. Matty, goalkeeper James Donaldson, he was signed to a professional contract with the Twos all the way through the 2026 MLS Next Pro season. As you see the five stripes squeak out of pressure. Nicely done right there. Thought about another lofty ball over the top, and they'll cycle it again. Donaldson, a name who I think you'll hear come up many different times throughout the different stages of the system here with Atlanta United.
I think it's what's been so fun to watch, especially from this youth, from the youth, especially with Atlanta United too. I include Jaden Hibbert in this as well when you come to look at the goalkeepers because of his time with Atlanta United too, and that development. James Donaldson's one, Jonathan Ransom's another one. You have such a strong core of goalkeepers that have all worked together, and having the chance to chat with Jonathan Ransom on the SDH network too, like hearing him talk about, you know, a player that he looks up to, and it is Brad Guzan, and you know, just his leadership and everything. So I think especially developing that really young goalkeeper crew early on, you're going to see a lot of those players maybe be another Brad Guzan. You're going to see a lot of those players maybe be another Brad Guzan.
Of course, our eternal man between the sticks who called it a career just this past season to wrap up 2025 with Atlanta United. Just a guy who's bigger than the game itself, it feels like. Just the epitome of what it means to be a five stripe, to give back to the 404. And, of course, now leaving that legacy that gives a lot of younger guys something. And, of course, now leaving that legacy that gives a lot of younger guys something to aim to. James Donaldson certainly being one of them. A long ball lifted over the top to that far right wing. My Charlotte here. Pressure applied nicely from Amir Henry, who's trying to squeeze play out towards that far sideline. It'll be a throw for the Queen City. Thinking about long, instead they'll leave it right on the corner of the 18 right there. Gonzalez had time once again. He was the one who opened up his boot to try a crack here early this morning, and that's what you got to do when you find yourself down in the most dangerous league in football, is try and just see if you can fight fire with fire and respond here early and not let yourselves get too settled in. Another nice lofted service right into the area right there. Nodded forward was Saffer. But Donaldson will be the one to corral it with his feet in the end and then bring it to his mitts.
Yeah, the flag did come up. He was a little bit offside as he was making that run in. Just came in a little too fast for it. And, again, that happens, too, especially with positioning when you're down that early. You see the ball coming, it's floating. You don't wait that extra second, and you just want to take it and go.
Something that's so fun for me to watch as well is just how cold-blooded Atlanta United U18's back line is. Of course, on that far left back position, you've got Armistead, who's a guy who loves to get himself in very high positions up the pitch and incorporate himself with some service. These center backs as well, look at how wide and how far they're stretching this back line of the five stripes as they build it straight out of the back here.
And listen, Joe, I do like to give center backs their flowers especially, and I think this U18 group, they have a lot of really strong defenders and are unafraid to be in those challenges too as Atlanta wins the ball back.
And speaking of, right on cue, guess who? Turn it on the afterburners. Here comes Armistead with a low trickling ball right into the box. But it's handled in the heart of chaos. Nicely done by Charlotte as they're able to bring it down. Brown comes up. Ball takes a couple of deflections, and it'll stay with Atlanta United. We want to say a special thank you to all of you guys for joining us here this morning. And we appreciate your patience as we were unable to get in there for the first few minutes of this one as we were figuring our setup here out with a couple of technical difficulties. But it has been a start of dreams for the home side so far.
Everyone needs a little bit of coffee. It allowed for us to.
That's right.
Maybe the connection and everything also needed a little bit of a boost too, which is fair enough. I also need a boost. I have a coffee right here as well.
Chested down by Armistead, and away they go. It's a dangerous ball right at the center circle right there, half circle rather, as it's Kovac who tried to track it in, and then coming off of his line to make a key clearance right there, Logan Necker, who is their star goalkeeper, who we will speak on a little bit later in this broadcast as well, but a guy who's got so much experience for them and who they'll definitely need to rely on today. He made his MLS Next Pro debut with Crown Legacy on the 23rd of September, so another guy who they're very excited about, and again, a lot of goalkeeper talent in this matchup, Maddie.
Yeah, that play before, too, Colin Brower, he is able just to shoulder off Kovac as he's driving in. It's good defending. You're using your body. You're getting in Kovac's way. That way it allows for you to then leave a little space, allow for your keeper to come up and step up.
Airmailed right into the half circle right there as Brown makes his way onto it and flicks it out of danger. Gathered up once again. Hernandez is able to get his head to it, and then Jardine, the man who already found himself a finish so far today, a very tidy one as he just calmly guided it into side netting for the first goal of today. And then Arif Kovac from the spot. Goalkeeper Logan Ecker was able to guess the direction on the penalty, but just too much power on it from the big Kovac as they powered their way into this 2-0 lead here early. It's Donaldson. Cycles it back the other way for Edinger. Edinger and Oliver as well. That's a tall back line back there to try and get through.
Yeah, Elon Ettinger is one that's also has a lot of experience with Atlanta United too. Was called up a couple of times to be on the bench, get some minutes as well. Like he's someone to watch out for as well, especially as you look ahead to next season and seeing a lot of these academy products really start to grow and show their wings, especially on the professional side.
And here's a lovely filtered ball for Suarez Curi as he tried to track it down. Armistead once again is just continuing to stretch that far left sideline as we see Charlotte once again there. Not too many touches in this build-up. Brown is able to shrug it off, and then a crucial clearance there. Nicely done and well communicated between Donaldson and Brown right there. That was a tricky one to track back onto.
It's really tricky, but I think Donaldson and Brown handled it so well.
Hernandez tried to stick in a through ball right there as Kovac made a nice lengthy run right there. He's able to keep it into play. Thought about cycling it for a switch. Henry sees if he can track back onto possession right there, but just can't gather it up. And look at this high press. Look at how much they're stepping on the gas right here. Nearly paid off, but a foul. Free kick for Charlotte. We'll see the first card of the day as well for Hernandez, who stuck in the boot right there.
Yeah, the high pressure. It's the one thing that Atlanta's done so well, I think, in this matchup early on. And you're not seeing it let up. Jonathan Hernandez is one who, I mean, is ruthless. It's just relentless. Gonna come in, going to try to hold things down, gonna try to win the ball back in that dangerous area, which I think Atlanta United has done such a great job with, because that's where the success has been. When you get the pressure, you're able to win it in a dangerous spot in the attacking third, then you're able to turn, you got the numbers, and you go the other way.
So as opposed to some more aerial service, we'll see Charlotte build out from the back here as they try and break up this high press from the five stripes. Gone to ground there for a tackle, but couldn't win it there. Gonzalez will escort possession all the way over towards that far side. Brouwer worked into the middle. Five stripes just couldn't corral that deflected ball. Now they'll climb the other way. Saffer. Work it in once again to Gonzalez, who seems to be connecting all of the lines and has been floating around beautifully positioning-wise so far today. Suarez Cody just could not gather it up. Headed flick on. And it looks like Charlotte could try and split open that five stripes back line. No foul called right there as well, as both sides continuing to get more and more stuck in as this one goes, and showing a lot of traits of a derby here this morning.
It's shaded as well, especially because it happens as the back is turned to us. We can't really see in that regard, but the referee was right there, saw the whole thing. I think Didi Cibrian, as he's stepping in, he's able to win the ball, and then as that it's coming down, it's the aftermath of it. Referee saw the whole thing, though, and said no call.
And here's the big Kovac once again as he starts to turn up the pressure dial on this Charlotte back line. They'll go long and wide in the end, brought down nicely, and there to receive possession is Mendoza. He'll gather it forward a few touches and then in the end, return it towards his back line. Hernandez stuck in the body and nicely done. Look at this. How's that for a service? A little Travella outside of the boot. It's Arif Kovac one-on-one with Charlotte's back line. Cuts onto his favorite right. Leaves it for Hernandez, and a nice save from that back line. Logan Ecker, one of their star players, showing off his big mitts here so far as he gathers it up.
That's a hard one, too, and it's such good awareness from Arif Kovac, too, to see that Jonathan Hernandez, you see that you kind of get stopped. You don't have the shot there. Hernandez is making that run in from behind you. It's that back heel knocks it to him, and it's a rocket of a shot. And then Logan Ecker, he's able to get it, and then it just jumps into the air, and then he's able to dive and grab it.
Well, how's this for a swirling long service, and Brown is going to be tidy with it and just knock it out in the end. We have a player down here on this far attacking third for the five stripes.
Yeah, it was Amir Henry. He was knocked down. There was a small collision as the ball was still in Atlanta's attacking third, and he's still feeling the effects of it.
Feeling the aftermath there is Henry slow once again to get to his feet. It's been Charlotte so far today that have had a good mix of occasionally just whirling it out from the back with some slow buildup, and then also going long and trying to see if they can split that height of the Five Stripes back line with a long aerial through ball right over the top.
They've done it a couple of times, and it's that one, too, especially with that one sequence with Brown and Donaldson, where they handled it really nicely. Brown's been handling all of those very, very well, reads it very nicely. What's also helping Charlotte, too, is the wind is also taking this ball a little bit, too. That first ball that you saw, it actually looked like it was going to fall right to Donaldson, but then it just slowed up, which then made a decision of, okay, what do we need to do here? But Brown and Donaldson handled it very, very well, as it was Brown shielding it, allowed for Donaldson to step up and just launch it.
Poked away from Armistead right there, who was fortunate to have the sideline right there to save him. So it was a throw for Charlotte, as they'll get themselves settled in here to the Five Stripes defensive third. Just outside of the 18, what can they make of it? Elizalde. Henry once again trying to get stuck in right here. Oh, it's a crafty nutmeg, and it gets trickled out to the outside of the 18. Oh, what a strike that was just whizzing its way away from target right there. Donaldson didn't have a lot of time to track it down. He'll say he had it covered, but a big opportunity right there for Charlotte.
It's a brilliant shot. And also, too, it's being able to hold on to the pressure, being able to then nutmeg cut around to be able to slide that pass through. Tries the shot. I mean, it went wide, but that's a shot, too. You cannot let Charlotte get into a dangerous spot like that.
Danny Gonzalez made a meal out of the scraps that he had right there on that far sideline. As you see Armistead trying to work his way into it. You saw the nutmeg, and then a shot that just grazed that outer post as Donaldson tried to see if he could reach and have it covered. Here's Brown, who escorts possession nicely and elects to knock it out instead of going back towards his keeper. Donaldson right there.
Yeah, it's a hard one to read, especially with that when you have the pressure coming from behind, and it's, okay, what decision do I make, too? Because easily that runner could have cut around and then maybe intercepted that pass that was going to Donaldson.
So a whizzing out swinger that goes all the way towards that far back post, but nobody to get a head onto it. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United.
Yeah, it was a slower start for Charlotte, but I think they're picking it up a little bit more now, especially they got a couple more minutes underneath them. It slows things down, especially as you go down 2 goals really early on. But Charlotte, I think, is finding their footing a little bit more, but Atlanta has to kick it up a notch, too. I think early on you saw that pressure. They got to keep that going. You got to hold that energy, especially, too, when Charlotte is banging on the door.
Yep. Definitely hard to not fall too far back into your own defensive third here. Of course, it's just a habit of human nature, of course, as you stand on, again, this 2-0 lead, a flying start for the Five Stripes. In this one, Charlotte will now elect to sit on a little bit more possession and cycle it around. Chamorro works it all the way over for Giraldo. And then they'll kick it on into the middle and build out from here. Gonzalez. Thought about trying to find Elizalde over the top. But they'll work it all the way back. Nice little drop of the shoulders. They lose Arif Kovac, who once again, he loves to apply that pressure all the way from high up. Henry escorts it nicely, absorbs the push. It'll be a foul and free kick for the Five Stripes.
It's smart from Amir Henry. As Armistead, too, he steps up. He launches that ball. He's a bit ahead. Amir Henry's able to drop back, kind of fill that spot for a little bit. He steps right in front of it, and then he's able to bait it, and he gets the foul.
So all the way up to the big target man, Kovac. Very little times does he lose that battle right there in a one-on-one aerial duel to bring it down with his forehead. Here's Hernandez. Thought about a very, very lofty ball right over the top, trying to split that Charlotte back line. As you saw, Kovac just trying to read when he was going to deliver the pass. In the end, they couldn't connect, and back for the Queen City back line. Henry once again for Atlanta United, continuing to apply that outstanding pressure, and it pays off as he's able to bring it down with the studs, knock it into the middle for Cibrian. Brings it down and cycles it all the way back to his center backs. Nicely done. Goes past 2 right there. That's some tidy dribbling from Oliver as they cycle it around for Armistead. Knocked in, tried to find the boots of Henry, who was just tiptoeing with that Charlotte back line, but they couldn't gather it. Loganecker, in the end, will scoop it up. Dangerous clearance right here as it can't make it past the boot of Hernandez. It'll be a throw for the Five Stripes. So Brown to take it here for the home side. Couple options showing. And then we'll cycle it all the way to the back and start again. Donaldson to Oliver. And back to James again. Goes long in a far switch. Nicely done. Precise passing right into the chest there of Armstead as he gallops his way forward. They'll leave it for Schwadish Cody. Far side for Henry. Drops it onto his weaker boots. Cycled into the middle. Kovac just couldn't quite gather it up. And then into the midst once again of Loganecker. It's just about finding that final pass and making sure you can place it just right. Another beautiful run by Arif Kovac.
And Charlotte, too, to their credit, they had all of the bodies in that back line holding things down and making sure that they were blocking that shot, too, which allowed for that other shot from Kovac to kind of be snuffed a little bit as it falls right into the hands of Loganecker.
So I thought about a bit of trickery right there in the middle was DG Sibrin Izzy trying to flick it around a couple of Charlotte players. He'll go to ground, thought about a tackle, but managed to stay up onto his feet. And the visitors cycle it out to that far right wing to see if they can knock on the door once again. Carlos Gonzalez with easily one of the best opportunities of the day. Had time outside of the 18-yard box. Thought about it with his insole and gathered it up. Jardines, the man who already found a finish today. Here comes Arif Kovac. He's offside. One of those runs, Matty, where it felt like you had just a little bit too much time and space on your own right there.
That one, too, is a tricky one, too. As he was receiving the ball, I thought he was offside. So I was waiting for the flag to come up, and then it came up a little bit afterwards as he's coming that way, too. But it's a great ball trying to connect as well. It's one where he has a lot of time, a lot of space. You think you got it, and then you just take that extra step, which allows you to be offside.
Kovac as well, just for his, not only his work rate, but for how tall he is as well and how nimble he can be in tight spaces, one-on-one with his defenders. He's a problem child back there for any back line to try and corral.
Oh, yeah, and he also is one that has had a lot of experience with Atlanta United, too.
Offside once again on Kovac. And you said it, Matty, of course, around the entire world right now, we've got a whole lot of different competitions going on. Of course, if you think over in Qatar, we've got the U17 World Cup that's going to be starting up from the 3rd to the 27th of November. So that's called up a lot of talent for both of these sides. Cooper Sanchez of Atlanta United is out that way right now, making the Five Stripes family very proud. We wish Coop nothing but the best before that competition begins. And so many different names from all the different systems and cycles here with the Five Stripes in Charlotte as well. You never know when duty calls, and those are such unique and awesome opportunities. And again, I think at this point, we're just not even surprised anymore at some of these youngsters that get called in. Nice, dangerous ball, chipped it over the top here. Offside, but what a finish. Elizalde was able to go past the entire Five Stripes back line. Man, are they fortunate that Atlanta United was able to hold up their line in the end.
It was kind of the same thing that happened with the Arif Kovac just a second ago, too. It's one where Atlanta holds their line. They're able to get set, which then, as you're making that step, Charlotte's having that ball sent over the top, try to play it quickly. Again, he gets caught offside because Atlanta is really strong in their line, staying firm, and they get things done. It's a dangerous one, though. You gotta watch that one.
It's all about timing. Of course, if we think of some of the best clubs in the world that are doing it these days, of course, you've got Barca and players like Kubarsi, who are able to just align the entire back line and got to stay synchronized as well. Of course, that's one of the big traits of this U18 side for the Five Stripes. Be bold and play out from the back as you see another slip service right across here, but offside once again. How about that for another finish as well? It's just a matter of millimeters here as the visiting side lifted that one into side netting in the top right corner.
It's Atlanta holding their line again, holding their line, but also, too, it's Charlotte as well. When you go down that early and you're finding moments, you're getting the ball, you get a little antsy when you have the ball because you want to find the attack. You want to get into the box. You want to take that shot. So a couple of times you're able to get there and you're able to find the back of the net, but it's a little bit too much of, oh, I have to take this shot now instead of waiting that extra second to then strike.
So Edinger will work it all the way over to Grayson Armstead once again. Henry just couldn't get his boot onto it. And Charlotte is able to take possession back the other way. Absorbing pressure right here. Geraldo's, he climbs his way forward past the halfway line, and nicely done as he's able to share it out towards that far right wing. First time service in towards the back post. Nobody there. And the Queen City can't corral it either. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United.
Yeah, this one will be interesting, too, because it's a throw-in for Atlanta, but it is so close to that near corner, too.
And these are the difficult ones where you got to be able to make sure you're doing a lot of scanning right now, taking that first touch to bring the ball down. Make sure you know where that second pass is going. As you see right there, Hernandez on his first touch, trying to see if they can find Kovac, who fights off 2-3 Charlotte defenders. Possession will stay with Atlanta. Hernandez out here with the fresh trim as well. He's looking like a young David Beckham right there with the frosted finish, man. I'm having some thoughts about maybe my upcoming trim as well.
Oh, you gonna get the blonde tip show? Is this what I'm hearing?
Stay tuned. You never know.
Going into a new season, new cut.
That's right.
I like it.
Season 4. Got to mix things up. It'll be a throw for Charlotte here on, a free kick rather, on this near sideline. And they'll cycle it all the way back again to the young man who made his debut in MLS Next Pro not too long ago. And Logan Ecker, who's been very instrumental today. Charlotte climbs forward. Geraldo with a nice layoff. They're working towards that far right wing, laid off once again, top of the box, and a strike. What a save by James Donaldson. Able to rise and get his mitts to it. It's Adrian Mendoza who gathered it up and tested Donaldson once again, who answered.
Mendoza, I mean, that's a rocket of a shot. And then, I mean, James Donaldson just so quick on the reaction. He dives the right way. He's able just to punch it out over the end line. It's going to be a corner for Charlotte, but I mean, that quick reaction time from Donaldson, that keeps it the clean sheet right now.
And Charlotte as well, despite being down 2-0 to start this one, they have been humming shots on frame. Worked all the way out to that far corner outside of the 18. It'll be guess who, Kovac, who makes his way all the way into the box and acting as a third center back there. Lots of time on this far wing. What does Charlotte do with it? A couple options, top of the box. Strike that just lofts its way over the crossbar right there. And in the end, not on target. It'll be a goal kick for Atlanta United.
I don't mind it. You're trying to chip that ball, kind of just float it right past Donaldson.
Yep.
It doesn't all the way get there. It just skims right over the top of the net. But it's one thing, too. Charlotte had a lot of time in the attacking third just then to try to create something, try to find something in the box. You got to close that down early.
Yep. Being able to catch out the 5 stripes when they're compact like that, super key, as you said, Manny. Of course, all the way back now for Henry, who still hasn't quite been able to find himself in a dangerous position. It's been more on this far wing with Hernandez. What service as well, as you said, Maddie, cutting it across onto his left boot. Foul on Atlanta United. I think that's another aspect of just the play from the 5 stripes as well, just how accurate some of those switches and long balls can be as well.
Yeah, that was brilliant. I mean, that switch of play, too, that connected perfectly with Hernandez. But also, too, it's good work from Charlotte to read the play, being able to slow that down, step in front of it, and stop Hernandez from making that run on the right.
Elizalde doing a nice job of holding up play and seeing if they can get build up, going a little bit closer into the 18 as he shrugs off 1-2 Atlanta defenders. Now makes his way in towards that far right wing. Armistead got himself stuck in, but it'll stay with Charlotte for a throw on that far sideline.
Yeah, great step from Armistead. He's able to read that as Elizalde is just driving on that touchline. He's able to see it. He sees that he's trying to cut around. You just poke that right foot out there, knock it out for the throw, and it allows you all to reset.
So Ethan Curtis to take this throw in on the far side. Gonzalez showed earlier, and they find him in the end. Now to the big playmaker, Gonzalez once again. They'll flip and work it all the way to this back line, Chamorro. To that far right sideline once again. Nicely done by Charlotte as they start to recycle play from side to side here. Nice ball right into the area. Oh, just outside of that far post. That's an opportunity and a half. Once again, Mendoza, beautiful positioning. And James Donaldson, full stretch again between the posts.
Charlotte's banging on the door. They're looking to find one, especially before heading into halftime. And if they do, that makes the second half really interesting, especially for the rest of this game, because Charlotte will have the momentum going into this, and it's how do you respond? It's a turnover here in the attacking third.
And another strike that just gets away from Charlotte in the end as well. Couldn't quite corral it on that first touch, and he heard the footsteps coming as well. Jardines doing a nice job of stepping up right there and making sure to apply the pressure when they needed it most. And here you see once again, Maddie, just this fascinating play out from the back style right here. Look at Donaldson, then he's got his pair of center backs 8 yards away from him right here on both sides as they try and expand Charlotte as much as they can and then get it into some guys that have the afterburners right here. Right on cue, Amir Henry goes down. Nice job of absorbing the tackle right there and going down. Free kick for the Five Stripes.
Being able to connect that ball, skies over one, and then Amir Henry's able to collect it, tries to cut in and make the turn, and then he feels the contact and he goes down. It's that pressure too from Charlotte trying to win the ball back.
So Ettinger on it. He's got enough time to think about it. Henry goes down once again. He's a guy who still hasn't really been able to get stuck in that far left wing, of course. Part of that is Grayson Armistead climbing so high and being that left back that loves to do those overlapping runs. And then also Henry's been feeling the fouls so far today as well.
Yeah, he's been caught in a few of them. But I think it shows his relentlessness, his pressure, and what he brings, especially on the ball. Not only, I think, just his attitude when he's out there, but also his technique when he's out there as well. I mean, that turn's not easy to make. When that ball comes to you, you have two Charlotte players right on you, and you're able to make the turn, cut around, and then a third one has to come in to then get the foul to drop you down. I think Amir Henry has been fun to watch for the U16s and now stepping up for the 18s. He's been a bright spot. He's been fun.
And you can certainly tell who head coach Kevin Martinez of Charlotte told his guys to keep a keen eye on as well. Henry's so dangerous with his drops to the shoulders and is always a thrill to watch as well. He'll certainly get snuck in at some point because once you get comfortable with Armistead making those overlapping runs, that's where you find a guy like Henry right on the edge of the 18 onto his favorite right boot to curl one home. So it'll be a throw in here for Charlotte on that far sideline.
Yeah, it gives you more options, especially like you said with Armistead making that overlapping run. He can be an option on that left side, send the ball in. You also could look for that little cut as Amir's right on the edge of the 18.
Yep.
You also have the service as well with Kovac as well as with Hernandez who can get into the box and just be dangerous. It gives you more options.
Oliver doing a nice job of breaking lines right there as he stepped up a little bit higher. Here's Brown, who will escort it all the way to Hernandez. Now we'll cycle it all the way back to Donaldson once again. Climbing up higher and a nice ball to switch it to that far side. Magnetic touch once again from Armistead. He had Henry right there. Instead, they'll elect into the middle. Hernandez chested it down and tried to see if he could encourage his striker to come onto that one first time. Instead, Charlotte shielding it on that far sideline. And some more contact. There's been plenty of fouls in this one so far, Matty, showing all the traits of a derby and then some.
Absolutely. Listen, I can only think that it's going to be ramped up, especially as we get into the second half. But I have to go back. That distribution from Donaldson is absolutely gorgeous. And, I mean, the touch from Armistead to be able to settle it, oof.
And Brown there as well, just the composure to be able to nod it forward with his forehead right there, right back into the midst of Donaldson. It's a trait, Maddie, that you were saying the name earlier. Of course, Hibbert for Atlanta United and the way he made his way up into the first team as well. Keepers that can play with their feet as this one right on cue. The commentator's course just gets away from Donaldson. And this will be a corner once again for Charlotte, who have started to impose themselves a little bit better as we approach the 37th minute here from Marietta, Georgia. We want to say thank you so much for starting your day with a beautiful game once again. Here we go, Gonzalez. He'll lay it off and leave it for Mendoza. Mendoza tried to strike there right on that near post. Donaldson had it covered. All the way back here, Tony Dandel, the captain, as they'll push it over to that far sideline, but pouncing right onto possession right there was Armistead, who couldn't keep it. Jardine, nice job of sticking in the body and winning possession back right there, shrugging off one defender. He gallops his way forward right now as well. Armistead was right there accompanying him. Starting to get a little more end-to-end right now. This is the kind of football that we'd love to see to start the day. Left off by Charlotte. How's that for a fancy little turn? Here's Henry once again. Too much of the kit right there. We'll see if we get a card here. And we do. It's our second booking of the day. That one goes for Charlotte.
Yeah, Amir Henry, as he's making that run and driving forward, he had slowed down because of that grab of the jersey.
And that's what we said, Matty. Of course, you can only foul him so many times before Henry can catch fire and make you pay for it is right there. He did just that with a shimmy of the shoulders and working his way forward. So it'll be a free kick for Atlanta United right here as we approach the 38th. Again, 2-0. Jardine with a nice insole side-netted finish. And then Arif Kovac, who pummeled it in from the penalty spot to make it 2-0. Five Stripes getting themselves set. A little bit of pushing and shoving here, so our head official will have some words with the fellas. So you see Edinger right there trying to get himself stuck in. They tried to find him. Couldn't quite do it, but the deflected ball will find the boot of Hernandez. Throw for Atlanta. So Brown's going to take it here from this near sideline. He'll go straight to Hernandez, who's going to 1-2 it right back to him. And we'll go all the way back for Donaldson. Matty, he has been impressive so far in this first half. Hernandez, nice magnet touch and tries to flick it around his defender as well. They're going to say foul on Hernandez. Just too much grabbing and shoving right there as he tried to throw down his marker. I think that one almost could have gone either way.
That one's a hard one, especially as that ball's coming in. Hernandez is able to get the settle. He's able to get the touch to it.
Yep.
There's pushing and shoving even before that as well. It's a hard one.
So Safer trying to play through trouble right here, but the Five Stripes are able to get possession back once again. Lofty ball that looked like it was able to keep itself in play.
That's a great job from Suarez Corey, though. Able to step up, too. He's able to intercept that ball. It tries to pass it back. You're trying to send it back onto the right, spring that attack forward. It just gets a bit too ahead as the wind kind of takes it over the end line.
And Suarez Cody, of course, again, such a talented creator with unbelievable vision as well. Feels like we haven't been able to say his name too much so far in the start of this one, but he'll certainly have his patent in other facets of play as well. As it's been a little bit more direct today for the Five Stripes. Brown one-on-one here with Giraldo. Mendoza. He'll work it all the way through. Nice threaded ball, but offside once again on Charlotte. It's that Five-Stripe back line doing an excellent job of staying synchronized back there and making Charlotte pay with some of these dangerous runs.
Yeah, Elizalde also, too. You saw as that run was being made, as that ball got slipped through, you saw him slow up because he knew, too.
Yeah, it was almost as if the first place he looked was to the linesman there on that far side. Donaldson, he's going to mail it far once again towards the run of Henry. Kovac was there accompanying him as well. As we approach the final 5 plus whatever added time we get on this one as well. Cycled all the way back. Chamorro. Safer cuts back one-on-one with Hernandez, trying to find a teammate into the middle. Gathered up nicely. Kovac shown in a 1-2 between him there and Suarez Cody.
I like the idea from Kovac and Suarez Corey. You see the 1-2 trying to make the run. You did have a Charlotte player right in the middle that broke that up, so it wasn't as seamless as you wanted it to. I think if that defender hadn't been there, you're possibly looking at a breakaway. But I like the idea. It's that vision, too, that I really love to see, especially from Suarez Corey.
Let's see if they can take advantage of a possible overload here on this far right side. Of course, you've got Kovac in the middle. Here's Armstead. Try to keep it on the carpet and find the boot of his big target man. Final couple of minutes here in the Five Stripes, despite taking a very early 2-0 lead in this one. In the first 5 minutes, still find themselves with a clean sheet and trying to make it 3. It'll be a throw on this far sideline for Armstead. Straight into the boots of Suarez Cody. It'll work its way out once again to nearly about the same spot for another throw. They'll work it back. Ettinger for Oliver. Brown decides to tuck himself into the middle there, tried to get the first-time flick into the run of Hernandez, who was kind of just waiting out in space in the width to see if they could find it. Goal kick for Charlotte.
Yeah, it's a hard one for Brown. As he's able to get up in the attack, you think that you have Hernandez who's going to be making that run driving in, but Hernandez was just waiting for it on the right side. Just a little miscommunication, but Atlanta's getting into those dangerous areas. That's what you want to see, especially closing out the rest of this first half. You want to maybe find a third if you can.
And here's Brown as well, who's done an excellent job and has just been taped to the back of Giraldo as well. Just cannot get separation away from Brown as he was instrumental there in the build-up just a few moments ago.
Yeah, Brown has been, I think, outstanding in the back line. And also, too, you know, he's sliding into that right back role. He steps up a couple of times, too, but I think his pace in the back, too, he slowed down a lot of those runs.
And right on cue, Charlotte just too much on that service right there, trying to find the run of Mendoza. Goal kick for James Donaldson as well, who showed up big so far in this first half, had a couple of crucial saves, as Charlotte has grazed a few past the 5 stripes frame in this first half, and they will look to continue with this momentum that they've had. Of course, a cold start in this chilly morning here from the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground here in Marietta, Georgia. In a derby morning, of course, we got the U18s right now, U16s a little bit later. We'll have one of the voices of Atlanta United in 92-9 the games, Jason Longshore, coming up here in a second. Oh, tricky contact right there in the box. Charlotte thought about making a case for it. Adrian Mendoza once again went down, but does not get the favorite call.
Jason Longshore, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, man. It's evading me right now. Maradona fanatic, perhaps?
Ooh, you know, ringing a bell a little bit.
Here comes Charlotte back the other way. Mendoza once again. They can spread it to that far right wing. Cut back. Top of the box for Elizalde. Oh, we've got a penalty. Stiff challenge right outside of the edge of the box right there. We're going to have to take a second look at this one as well, of course. Went down as soon as he felt the contact right there. Gonzalez. And we've seen a card here as well. There might have been a bit of stud showing on the challenge right there. And they've made a meal of it right inside of the box. So we saw a penalty earlier. And we see one back here the other way for Charlotte to try and see if they can get themselves back into this match. Oof. Right before the close of the first half. Manny Cruz, what do you think about that?
This one is a hard one because again, all of its judgment calls, especially when you look at it in the way that it happened. I personally, we all talk about, oh, if you get ball, it's no foul. Sometimes it's the follow through. That also indicates it as well. That would be the only thing. For me, though, the whistle came a little bit late. And that is my thing with it, is if you see it, it's coming through, it's a little bit late. But referee was right there, saw the whole thing too, and it's also a judgment call at the end of the day. And he saw it right at the top. He was watching the whole thing, and it's a penalty for Charlotte.
Had a thought about it. Our head official again, so one of the guys who's been with a lot of protagonism here in this first half, Adrian Mendoza. El 15, the number 15, steps up for Charlotte. It's Mendoza, slots it into side netting, cuts it back to 2-1 here in Marietta.
Yeah, it's a really good penalty. Really, really good penalty from Mendoza. He steps up, he knows exactly where he wants to go. He's able to beat Donaldson as Donaldson dives the other way. But it's a strong penalty. You pick a spot, you know where you're going, you just go all power. I love it. Yeah, it's a brilliant strike from Mendoza.
Brilliant finish from their number 15. So again, now this gets interesting right at the turn of halftime as well, of course.
Interesting.
If you're Atlanta United, you got lots of options. Again, at the striker position, a guy like Vicente, once again, who provides a similar profile of somebody like Kovac. A lot of creators in there. You also got a very talented keeper in the Peruvian and U.S. international in Da Silva. Lucas Da Silva back there is waiting as well. But the way that Donaldson's playing right now, I don't think you want to move the man between the sticks.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Donaldson has been really solid in this game. And it's interesting when you talk about Vicente, too, with Kovac. They bring you something so different because Kovac is that classic 9. He's going to stay up top. He's going to stay getting those spots, wait for that vertical ball to come right to him, and he's going to make that turn. He has that stature. He has that height.
And here comes Charlotte once again, right at the turn of the first half, as they tried another shot that just gets away from him. Ethan Curtis, as that one squeaks wide on that far left post.
Yeah, and then you have Isaiah Vicente, who's a little bit more different, and he's going to be in that striker role, but he's going to drop back a little bit. He's going to be in the build-up. He's going to be someone who might be more of a distributor and drop back almost to that number 10, then step up and create something in the attack going forward. So it's very different in what you're going to get to from both of those strikers.
Could be really fun to think about a dual striker combo at some point, too. Man, if I'm playing EAFC manager mode right now as well, that'd be a fun combination I would love to see. Nice job from Hernandez tracking all the way back, and that's going to do it for this first half right here. So we've got Atlanta United U18s sitting on a 2-1 lead to wrap this first half. Maddie Cruz, your thoughts on what has been an end-to-end derby start to the morning?
Yeah, I think Atlanta United had full control in the first few minutes of the first half. They had control. Once you get the 2-0 lead, it kind of falls a little bit. That energy dips, and Charlotte's able to kind of find their movement again, and they were having a lot more opportunities, but so was Atlanta. Like you said, it got very end-to-end, especially as the first half went on. Charlotte's able to find a goal to make it a one-goal game. It makes the second half really interesting. Charlotte's going to be looking for an equalizer, and Atlanta's going to want to put this game away early.
And just how they do it, we'll have to get the thoughts of one of the voices of Atlanta United, the 92.9 The Game's very own Jason Longshore will be joining us here. We have got some stacked analysts this morning. You want a wealth of knowledge? We've got it with Maddie Cruz here as well from the SDH Network and 92.9 The Game. So don't go anywhere. I'm Joe Fryhofer. That's Maddie Cruz. We'll be right back with Jason Longshore after this quick break. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground. I'm Joe Fryhofer. That is Madison Cruz. And like we said, just to wrap that first half, we are now joined by one of the voices of Atlanta United, 92.9 The Game's very own Jason Longshore. Jason, thank you so much for taking the time and being with us this morning. You've done a bit of everything from producing to hopping on the call to you never know what's next. And we wanted to ask you, of course, you've been able to live this derby, this rivalry from the top down. How cool has it been for you seeing how this matchup between these two clubs has developed over the years?
Yeah, I think when you get these regional rivalries, it's very cool to see how it grows. And when you just pop up a team in Charlotte, you wonder what the feeling's going to be like when Atlanta plays Charlotte. There's a feeling to it now. It's the same with Nashville. It's very cool to see this kind of rivalry, not just at the first team level, not just at the second team level, which we've watched blossom over the years, but this game means a little bit more to both of these teams. I think you're seeing that urgency, and you saw it for Atlanta early on with 2 early goals, but Charlotte rebounded well, and now this is a really interesting 45.
Well, I'll actually ask you about this next 45, too. What did you see in the first half from Atlanta and from Charlotte, and what do you think Atlanta's got to do to keep holding on to the lead, to find this one and get the win out of this one? And what do you think Charlotte needs to do to maybe come back in and tie this thing up?
I mean, Charlotte just needs to do what they did to finish the first half. I thought they really started to play the way that they want as the half went on. It's always weird when you score 2 really early goals. I think, I hate the cliche about a 2-0 lead being the most dangerous lead, but the reason why you see teams lose a 2-0 lead is you take your foot off the gas. It's just natural. You let up a little bit. And when you score so early, you let up even more. You go into cruise control, and you can't. Charlotte got control of the game. I think if you're Atlanta, what you need to see in the second half is control. I don't think you had a whole lot of control in the first 45. You get a really quick goal, and then you get a penalty, and you're controlling the scoreboard, but you're not controlling the play. You need to control the play now. And I want to see this team slow down a little bit, keep the ball a little bit, and open Charlotte up.
Well, right on cue, we get set here for another 45 between Charlotte and Atlanta United U18s. Jason, has there been one guy who has stood out to you in play from either side so far in these first 45?
I like Hernandez for Atlanta a lot. I think you're starting to see him figure things out, like on the fly. We've talked a lot about Grayson Armistead over the last few games, and I love how he stretches the field from the left. But Hernandez, I feel like, is just gaining in confidence as we see him play more and more.
And hard not to with a trim like that as well as we get kicked off for another 45 here from Marietta, Georgia. And it'll now be the 5 stripes going from right to left, and the visiting Queen City of Charlotte going from left to right.
I feel like we talked about this last week as well. Like, this is a game, especially in the second half, you want to see Didi Cibrian with his experience with Atlanta United too. You want to see him dictate things a little bit more in the second 45 to get that control.
And it feels as though we didn't get to say his name too often. Of course, he stepped in with a couple of crucial tackles, but hasn't been super involved in that buildup that, like you said, Jason, has been a little bit disjointed perhaps to start the first 45.
Yeah, you just don't want it to feel as frantic in the second 45. And I think Didi's a guy who can slow it down and speed it up when it needs to be. I think he can feel the pace of the game pretty well.
And Maddie, for you, is there one player that you'd like to see become a little bit more activated here in the second 45?
Honestly, I think Amir Henry. I think he's had a lot of moments, I think, in getting into the attack. He's been on the other end of a lot of fouls as well on getting those moments, but he's getting in dangerous spots, which is forcing those fouls. He caused a lot of those free kicks as well to be taken. Yeah. But I think getting more involved, too, is there's a little bit of extracurricular happening.
Rivalry.
That's right. Head official just asking for a little bit of calma right here. As you saw a shoulder get stuck in on this near sideline. It'll be a throw for Charlotte.
I'm actually thinking about it. Is this the first time for an Academy stream we've had a three-man booth here?
3-person booth?
Believe so.
Wow.
This is some production history right here. It's worth the delay at the beginning of the match. We can tell you that much because we got 3 headsets up here. We got a dunk in order, some mate going as well, and look at this tidy dribbling all the way to the byline from Hernandez. Just couldn't quite keep control of it. It'll be a goal kick for Charlotte. Right on cue, of course, another guy that we've said a whole lot onto that favored boot of Hernandez, as it looks as though he might have flipped wings here with Henry to start this second half.
Yeah, those two are interchangeable. I think you're seeing that more and more commonly now with teams that will get a little bit different profile by changing which side the wingers are on.
And I've been impressed from both sides, the way that they can play out through pressure and out from the back as well. Of course, cut back here by Charlotte. And they will switch play into the middle for Mendoza, who found that penalty finish just to wrap up that first half, which was a crucial push to keep them in this one. Curtis leaves it all the way back for Gonzalez. Just outside the edge of the 18 right there. Nice crafty turn past one. Armistead with a crucial stick in right there. Goes down right on the edge of the 18 once again. Curtis tried to go byline, deflected out. And we will have a corner for the Queen City.
Mendoza's legit for Charlotte. What a player.
Yep.
So talented. That little turn in tight space at the top of the 18.
Oof.
He's a handful.
Yeah, and then Oliver as well, and Ettinger able to get in, and Armistead too, stopping that run. There was a lot of dangerous moments. Charlotte's able to squeeze on through, able to stay solid defensively. It gets knocked out here for a dangerous corner for Charlotte, but defensively, Atlanta held their own. You got to make sure that this gets out of the 18, though.
And Mendoza, what can he do? He's actually stepping up to take the corner here as well. Both arms raised. Service is ready as he fires it in right into the heart of the area. Five Stripes were able to be the first ones to it. Gonzalez. Dangerous flicked ball over the top, but they just couldn't find him. They'll go to that far right wing once again, but stepping up is Brown, making a crucial clearance. Deflection and possession for Atlanta.
That's good work there by Amir Henry. Back deep in that. He's the one who makes the defensive play, ultimately knocks it off of a Charlotte player, gets the throw. Now you got to get out of your own defensive third.
They'll go for the quick clearance here for the Five Stripes, trying to find the control of Kovac, who does in the end. And look at blistering pace away on that far right wing is Henry. They're able to find him as he gallops his way onto this ball. Cut back, holds up possession right towards that far end line right there. Had Kovac. Instead, they'll retreat and recycle play a little bit higher up the pitch.
It's a really great run from Kovac. Absolutely brilliant. He's able to get the ball, collect, and make the turn and drive forward. It's brilliant.
And as you guys said, D.D. Cibrian getting himself a little bit more incorporated with build-up here. Suarez Cody. Nice loss of a marker right there from Brown, who thought about cycling it in. Henry, to Suarez Cody, back to Brown, now back to Suarez Cody once again. Ball makes its way all the way out. They'll say goal kick. So got a little bit of breeze starting to pick up here in Marietta, and these are the mornings as a youngster that you certainly dream about. Of course, a pristine way to start the day against one of your rivals from just over the way as Charlotte plays out from the back. They went for longer aerial service right here. Brown, oh, look at that. Sends his man to the ground. Nice little cutback right there as they try and get themselves defensively organized. Armistead, he'll leave it for Hernandez. Oh, how about that? Went one way and then cut back the other right in to the heart of the area, but just couldn't find the boot of a teammate. Jardine is starting to get a little techie here in this second half.
What a ball.
Now. Nice little slip service in for Hernandez as well. He's got lots of time, decides to go to that near post, but it's shrugged out. Nicely saved as he made himself big right there, Logan Necker. Right on that front post. The Five Stripes will take the throw in quickly. Hernandez lofted right into the middle, but just couldn't find Kovac. Knocked around and then all the way in towards the Five Stripes backline. Oliver lifts it up and over, but couldn't find anybody. Controlled down nicely by Gonzalez. Fights off two different Five Stripes. Ooh, how's that for a little nutmeg? Goes by his man, Jardine. Came onto it, but they'll say foul and a free kick for Charlotte.
Charlotte stuck with it. It's good pressure from Atlanta. They disrupted Charlotte getting forward quickly, but Charlotte stuck with it. They end up getting the free kick. Good pressure that'll win it back.
Dangerous turnover. Jardine left it right there just outside of the half circle for Kovac. Hernandez gets his foot to it and is able to connect. Jardine once again, couple of crafty step overs. Top of the box, Suarez Cody. Thought about a strike. They'll share it wide for Henry. He's got the overlapping run of Brown. He'll forego that and take a strike onto that near post. Just pushed wide right there. Amir Henry starting to get activated now in this match.
Just a little bit quicker from Atlanta you want to see. It's still a little bit scripted, it feels. You get into the attacking third and it's a little too similar. You want to see some of these individual talented players try some things. I think that's the next step, because Charlotte's keeping everything in front of them. They're doing a good job, even when Atlanta gets numbers into the attacking third. But you've got to be just a little more creative in those moments.
You saw right there getting ready to press was Arif Kovac in a sprinter stance just outside of the 18.
Ousmane Dembélé would be very impressed with that.
He learned his technique right for sure. Donaldson will come all the way off his line and snatch up possession in the end as we approach the 53rd minute. Again here, 2-1. The home side, Atlanta United, is in front as they came out with massive responses in the first 5 minutes of this one. It was Jardine with a beautiful insole finish as he tucked it into side netting, and then Arif Kovac, who went down brilliantly as he was pressing Loganecker, Charlotte's goalkeeper. He went down, forced a penalty, and finished it off as well. And then just at the turn of that first half, Adrian Mendoza for Charlotte responded to lift his side back into this one. Grayson Armistead. Crafty little flick, and look at this one-touch tiki-taka. They're turning up the quality dial here in this second 45. Charlotte thought about recycling it back one-on-one there with Armistead. And we'll go with the 5 stripes. Nicely done there by Grayson. Thought about a long, quick throw right there as he tried to find Kovac. Ball kind of slipped out of his hands there in the throw. But look at this, rising and pressing in numbers. Can Hernandez get to it? Just quite couldn't. And like you said there, Jason, Hernandez, once again, a couple of opportunities earlier there, just found himself almost with so much space and time that he was kind of trapped in the middle right there. Everybody had already finished their runs into the area and had to make something out of it himself.
Yeah, it's these moments where I think you're seeing this Atlanta U18 team counter press really well and really intensely. They do such a good job of winning the ball back high up the field. But it's almost like you have to flip a switch when you get the ball. That's when you need to slow down a little bit. Be a little more not straight lines, not as just run. You've got to then have the moments of quality come out. This is a good little moment from Hernandez where you just keep fighting for it. You just keep fighting for it. You never know what you're going to get out of it. He gets the free kick. And now Atlanta's got to make these kind of moments pay off.
It's one thing, too, from the attack. It's just like Jason said. I think there's been times where when you want to see the attacks slow down a little bit, take their time, they speed up trying to find something, and then vice versa, too. You get an opportunity with this free kick to really establish something, make this count.
And making it count, it is, as you said, Maddie, it's the in-swinger right there.
Ooh.
Got a foul in the box here.
Kovac might have had the arms out. Couldn't quite tell in traffic. It's a great save.
Hey, I was going to say it's a great save from Loganecker.
Yeah, that's an outstanding save from Loganecker.
It's a remarkable ball as well from Hernandez, of course, onto his favored outswinger left boot right there. And he has had the hot boot to start this second half as well. And now they've flipped wings, of course, and have him now on this near sideline. Charlotte trying to work their way out of pressure. There's Didi Cibrian once again, but he gets pounced on by a couple of Charlotte players. And now they'll see if they can turn on the gas. Here's Mendoza once again, who has been all over the pitch here tonight. Great service and, of course, a penalty finish to try and force his side back into the match. They'll end up switching it here towards this near sideline, chested down nicely by Ethan Curtis. He'll lay it off top of the box for Gonzalez, who will instead retreat and recycle. Tony Dondell working it back once again. Curtis back to Tony Dondell. Low service there, tried to get around Armistead, but he made himself big right there. Deflected, and it went out for a Charlotte throw deep in the 5 stripes defensive third.
Armistead's been all over the place. I mean, he's from one end all the way to the other, getting big, getting where he needs to be. It's exactly what you want out of your left back.
I almost think fullback and wingback are becoming the hardest positions to play right now in the way that the game goes, because you have to be a marathon runner and have the quality on both sides of the ball.
It was Geraldo right there for Charlotte, who tried to go alone by himself, see if he could find a teammate right there to hold up play. It'll get flicked out of bounds right there by Brouwer, and a throw for Atlanta.
It's cool to see 2 central midfielders at this age with the experience that Cibrian and Tony Dondell have, who've played a lot in MLS and X-Pro. They've gotten that experience at the next level. And these are the moments now, going into close to the final 30 minutes, that you're asking those two to really control the game in the middle of the park.
And speaking of controlling the game here, Matty, the pressure dial is starting to heat up here as well on this near sideline.
Just a little bit. I mean, it's Ignacio Suarez-Corey being able to just stay strong, stay firm. You win the foul. It allows for things to slow down a little bit. You get more numbers going forward.
And here's that high line of Atlanta United U18. Of course, you've got Ettinger and Oliver right there who are starting to climb themselves up higher and higher and see if they can get a lot more hold-up play deeper up the field as well. Henry just couldn't squeak away from that Charlotte pressure. And here they come galloping onto the counterattack once again. It's that man, Adrian Mendoza, making things happen. It'll be a throw for Charlotte on that far sideline as they go quickly. Right outside the edge of the 18. They'll lay it off for the captain, Tony Dondell. Couple of crafty touches, look at him work his way into the box. A nice turn, and they're able to slot it into side netting. The big number 9, Isaias Alizalde, swings it into that far corner past Donaldson, and we're level 2-2 here from Marietta.
Charlotte forces the turnover. It's the same thing they did when they earned their penalty in the first half. They forced the turnover in the middle third, then able to get into the attacking third. Tony Dondell, brilliant, absolutely brilliant, top of the 18 to make things happen. And then the turn and the finish, whew, top class.
It's a really good goal from Charlotte. And now you're looking at a situation that we talked about earlier. Charlotte's equalized. How does Atlanta stay firm, try to get back into this one to restore the lead? And Charlotte riding on all the momentum right now.
And if you're Charlotte, Maddie, what does that do to you as a side? Of course, you conceded 2, and now you've gone 2 unanswered right now. Got to have a lot of this momentum currently.
And even, too, I think Jason said it as well. I thought Charlotte had a lot more control in the first half, too. You've been in control for most of the second, too. Just being able to be on the ball, being able to pick your moments, especially winning the ball in dangerous spots. When Atlanta's had the ball, it's felt a little bit frantic at times, and also not the right moment where you want it to be. It's sometimes when you need to be a little faster, it's a little bit, you know, slower. As we'll get a substitution here for Charlotte as well.
So we got some sub windows coming up. And again, Jason, if you're Atlanta head coach Steven Turk, you got to rely on some of your veterans, of course. As you said, you got Didi Cibrian there in the middle, MLS Next Pro All-Star as well. He's seen a bit of everything here, knows that pressure, and he's got to make himself big and see if they can connect this build-up and get a response here after conceding 2 unanswered.
Yeah, you got to change the energy now, and that's tough. And I think you can do it through moments like that, counter pressure. He doesn't get to it. Advantage played, but you've got to go for those kinds of plays now to change this energy.
So a lifted ball trying to split the middle. Donaldson quick off of his own line to be able to scoop that one up as we go all the way back here in this defensive third for, the attacking third for Atlanta United. It's Hernandez who just caught a little bit too much of that challenge.
Yeah, foul would have been called. The referee played advantage, but when Hernandez stayed down, the referee was just making sure that he was okay.
And I believe you're going to see a substitution for Atlanta, and I believe Isaiah Vicente checking in. And I think that's the spark and something a little bit different for Atlanta, bringing something else in to try to create something, because Vicente brings you something a little bit different, especially up top as a striker. He can drop and be almost a distributor and connect a lot of those dots and kind of create your own luck at times, too.
And that's a lot of that early work rate that we've seen from Arif Kovac as well. It's taxing on the gas tank for sure. Here's Hernandez, who's just come alive in this second half. How's that first service? Just couldn't gather it up onto his boot, Arif Kovac. That one looped all the way around the Charlotte back line and just grazed past the studs of the big man, Arif Kovac, up top.
That was quick, though, from Hernandez. That's what you want to see. Quicker decisions, more decisive in the attacking half.
And catching that back line, trying to orient itself as well, as we see a quick foul called here and a free kick for Charlotte. Ethan Curtis will drop this one off once again to the captain, the creator. It's been very impressive. The dribbling there on that second goal. Tony Dondell making magic come from the strings of his boots here. So they'll reset and knock it into the middle. Pushing forward here is Carlos Gonzalez. Flicked on, but just couldn't find the run of a teammate there for Charlotte as James Donaldson once again off of his line and able to corral it as we approach the 63rd minute of play here. Again, a deadlock in a derby start to the day here between Atlanta United U18s and Charlotte U18s. Dangerous ball, but able to get around the pressure. Jardine, nicely done, has the run once again of Hernandez if he'd want it. Instead, they go far side, looping ball right into the tracking run of Amir Henry. Here he comes now. Couple of step overs and recycles. Jardine tried to find that awaiting run. Nice Crafty dribbles there from Arif Kovac. Just couldn't find anybody or make anything out of it, but here comes Atlanta United once again. Climbing higher, DD Serbian. There's that veteran presence and control, like you said, the 1-2 between them. Oh, here comes Serbian, pass one. Serbian! As calm and collected as you would like to make it 3.
You start with creating your own luck. That's exactly what DD Cibrian just did. In stride, just driving up on the left flank. He's able to cut inside, beat the defender, then he's able to cut around and stand wide open with Loganecker. And I mean, it's a brilliant chip just right past it into the back of the net.
The 1-2 with Kovac is just perfect at the top of the 18, but Atlanta stayed with it. That time they got numbers forward. It almost turned back over, but they won it back. Cibrian's involved in winning it back. Gets forward, has the little 1-2 with Kovac, and you restore the lead.
And that is special. That is such a special run and bit of chemistry there between those two. And as you said, lead restored here. And it looks like we're seeing some substitutions.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Henry coming off. So we'll see how Atlanta United looks. And with that, I will leave it to you two to finish things up.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Jason. Of course, Maddie, this match has turned itself on its head 2-3 different times now. And then some. We've had everything to start the morning.
Absolutely. As you see, Isaiah Vicente does check in for Amir Henry. So it looks like he's going to stay a little bit more in that wide area, but that could change as well, too, because I think what Vicente brings you is something a little bit different.
Vicente as well, it's just got a bigger frame, too. He can be a bit of a bully in there as well. So here's Hernandez, another swinging service as they try to find that run of Kovac once again. He has been getting comfortable and stuck into this match. Armistead, Jardine, flipped all the way over to that far side. Here's Brown, getting himself involved on that far right wing as well. He's able to gather it. Thinking about going alone with his man. He'll take on 2-3 different Charlotte defenders. Top of the box. It was Oliver who just had to do something with it first time. Armistead, looping ball right into the heart of chaos right there. But Charlotte with the insole to clear it away and out from danger. Ettinger, back to Armistead.
It's the one thing, too, especially when we talked about earlier, players we want to see a bit more of. DD Cibrian has done that. I think DD Cibrian in the second half has stepped up in that moment. As this ball comes forward, it's a great ball trying to find Hernandez.
Hernandez smartly waited for that first touch from that Charlotte back line, applying the pressure now as he goes in through the back. But just a bit too much of a forearm extension right there as he goes into the back. The Charlotte defender, nicely done by Colin Brower to absorb pressure there from the visitors.
Just a little shove in the back as you're trying to win the ball back.
Just a little Derby something.
Little Derby something. I like that.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Ooh, what a flick.
How about that? It's getting techie here in the second half. Jardine, 1-2 once again with guess who? Kovac. And you got a foul right, quite literally almost on top of the 18 there, Matty Cruz.
Yeah, it's Jardine. He's able just to drive forward, and it's brilliant. He's skipping through, and it's that leg that comes up to trip him up as he's going into the 18. It's the right call by the referee. He watched it play all the way through. It's that leg extension, and it's a dangerous one for Atlanta United.
And if you're Jason Longshore, you wish you would have stuck around on the call for a little bit longer, because now we got a free kick this close in. Don't mind if we do. Suarez Cody sizing himself up that wall awfully close to that goal line of Loganecker. Suarez Cody lifted over just too much.
I don't mind it, though, from Suarez Corey. You see the opening. You see the opening, and it's one of those where it's so tasty, you got to take it. You have to. And especially with the finishing touch that Suarez Corey does have and what we've seen, especially with Atlanta United, too, if you didn't see his debut goal as well. It's a brilliant finish, too. He has that. He has that finish, and you see the opening, you get the position to take it, and that one just gets lofted over just a little bit.
Oh, he certainly has that in his locker, and he thought about making some magic happen here to climb even more into it. How about that for a tidy turn from Jardine? Uh-oh, some extracurriculars here as he just cleared it right into the captain right there in Tony Dondell. Ref is having nothing of it and trying to make sure we can get to the 70th minute here without too many fireworks between these two sides. Free kick for the Five Stripes.
It's interesting, though, since Atlanta's taken the lead, now Atlanta has a little bit more of the control. They got to hold on to it.
Got to keep your head in this as well, of course. There's going to be some extracurriculars to finish this one. There always was in this derby, but for how this thing has gone, it has had a bit of everything in this match. So we've got a handball here, and we'll go the other way for Charlotte with a free kick. And interestingly, like you said, Maddie, of course, Isaiah Vicente, the Puerto Rican, he is a guy who can play a little bit of that role that Arif Kovac plays, but it looks like right now they've got him in all sorts of different spots of the field as he gets himself situated. Of course, you've got Suarez Cody up there as well, tracking and making himself present. You've got Hernandez out here on this far left sideline nearest to us. And then Vicente just trying to see where he can be most productive in that attack.
Yeah, I mean, for Vicente, I think that's why you bring him on, because he's kind of a Swiss Army knife in that sense. He can be anywhere in that attack, too. And especially when you were chasing the lead and you were trying to come back into this one, especially to restore the lead from the tie, he's someone who can come in and bring that spark. And he's someone who gives you a little bit of a different option as well.
Yep. I thought it was remarkable as well, about 10 minutes from when we mentioned it, of saying you need more from Didi Cibrian. He's one of your veterans. You've got to show off that collectedness if you're one of the leaders of this team. And right on cue, he puts away one of the tidiest goals that you will see on an MLS Next match.
Yeah, I think especially from the guys who have experience with Atlanta United too, it's what you want to see when they come back and they play for the U18s, U16s. You want to see them take control of the match. You want to see them come in and dictate things and be the person that other players can look to. And I think Didi Cibrian has filled that here today, especially not only with the goal, but also his positioning in the attack in a lot of those places.
And they've definitely been looking to Hernandez right here as he's able to keep possession in play. That's nicely done. Once again, they've been able to find him so often in so many different dangerous positions. So it'll be a throw in the end from way deep in Charlotte's defensive third. Nice cutback from Suarez Cody. Flick forward to try to find the feet once again of Hernandez, but too much in the challenge. Charlotte will take it going the other direction. Galloping forward there was Keegan Kerr, who makes his way on to Charlotte. Ooh, how's that for a little dribble? Able to get away from it. Here's Hernandez once again. Can they get onto that left boot of his that they've got? Too much on the service. It'll be a goal kick for Charlotte.
I love it from Elon Ettinger. Just stepping up immediately, you're able to see where that ball's going to go. He steps right in front of it, wins it back, and he allows for Atlanta to get back into the attack.
Wasted no time right there as well, trying to recycle play once again. Here's Charlotte. Can they make something out of this match? Of course, they sat being down 2-0 for nearly that entire first half until we approached the final 5 minutes of it. And then they were able to climb themselves back into it. Of course, leveled it at one point, and then Didi Cibrian went past everybody in that Charlotte back line to chip it home and make it 3-2 at home. Nani Gonzalez on this near sideline for Gavin Smith, who welcomes himself into this match for Charlotte U18s. Here's Smith once again. Looking on for a couple of his runners. In the end, he'll lay it short. Past one, past two goes Mendoza once again. Gets brought down right there just outside of the 18 by Didi Cibrian. It'll be a free kick in a decent position here for Charlotte.
Another dangerous opportunity for Charlotte to find another goal to tie things up here. Atlanta's got to stay solid, got to stay compact, and make sure you're tracking runners, making sure you're watching those moments, especially on this free kick. Watch for that back post. That's going to be somewhere where Charlotte might be looking.
And you can see at that back post, you said it, Matty, a Swiss Army knife. They've got Isaiah Vicente back there, making sure that he's marking his man as well. Kovac back there too as well. Those are the two pencil buildings if you think about downtown Atlanta. Those guys, you got to make sure you keep them in use. You see Hernandez all the way in towards that back far post as well. Adrian Mendoza, the 1-2 swing it. It'll be an outswinger. Goes for goal. Tried that top right corner. Just a bit too much venom on it, and it'll be a free kick, a goal kick for James Donaldson.
I like the ambition. Why not? It's a spot where it's one where you can go for the cross, try the curl, or maybe look for the back post. But it's also one where if you place it right, you could be looking at making this a 3-3 game.
Fire Stress will play out from the back once again. Vicente gets one of his first touches to it of this second half since coming in. Charlotte gathers up and gallops the other way. Kerr into the middle here for Gonzalez. But Atlanta snatches it up. Here's a nice lofted ball. Can he get onto it? Vicente just a little bit too much as the wind shoved that ball out towards this near sideline throw for Charlotte.
Yeah, the wind is slowly picking up a little bit, and that can affect a lot of the weight on the ball and where it's going to be placed, where it's going. Because that ball, it was almost like it was a perfectly 1-2 Vicente, but then the wind just kind of carried it.
And here comes that Peachtree press from these U18s as well of Atlanta. This service will get away from Charlotte and worked all the way back in for Armstead.
We got a Peachtree press mention.
That's
Jared
right.
Smith and Jason Longshore. We're liking that one.
I know Jared's out there watching somewhere. Gotta make him smile. Another substitution window here in this one as we approach the 74th minute of play. Looks like we've got 2 5 stripes who are going to be coming into it. Grayson Armstead still having a few words with our signed referee Keegan Kerr as well, who has recently subbed into this one for Charlotte to see if he can be the difference maker in what's been conceded 2. You put up 2, concede 1 again, and who knows how this one can finish. And that's why we're here with you, enjoying this morning.
I think it's going to be a fun next couple of minutes, especially for the last 15 or so. I think you'll see some fireworks. I think especially because of how close it is. It's a very close game between both of these sides.
So keep an eye now on the tactical attacking shift here. It looks like Hernandez has been pulled out as well as the big target man, Arif Kovac. So now you've got Isaiah Vicente, el Puerto Riqueño, is going to be up top there playing striker, and look at him go as he kicks it in and ups the RPMs already. Making his way into the match for the 5 stripes is Wayne, the number 10. So he will get settled in, it looks like, on that left wing as well. Right now, here comes Charlotte. Can they respond? Dangerous ball right in the box, posted in. Carson Hall didn't take long at all, and they've leveled it once again. 3-3 here in Marietta.
It said it was going to be a back-and-forth game. We weren't kidding. Charlotte's able to come in immediately. As the substitutions come in, they're able to capitalize on the space, capitalize on all of the moments, get into the right spot, and you slip it right past Donaldson.
Even more fresh bodies coming on right now as well. Adrian Mendoza giving some orders to his guys. It's been up and down, goal after goal. This is about everything you can ask for in a derby. And certainly there's more in this one. Long ball over the top. Grayson Armstead, the kid who's got an infinite tank. Try to see if they can find the boots of Wayne. Keegan Kerr dangerously dancing with it in his own defensive third. Can't get rid of it. Here's Armstead. Looping ball into the back post. Just over his man right there. Freshly onto the pitch. Looks like we've got a Mason Peacock sighting as well out there.
Yeah, checking in on that far left side as well is Dennis Totev. He checks into the match. He's able. He's one that we saw in that last match last week, kind of sitting in that midfield role. He can now step up and be that extra attack on the left. You see him driving in now.
Here comes Vicente. Lifted the shoulder, left it dangerously. Top of the box. Suarez Cody. Oh! Pushes it just wide of that far left post.
Ripped that one. Ripped it. Listen. That's what Suarez Corey brings you. It's something that I think when you look at Suarez Corey, what he can do, you have that confidence, especially getting those moments with Atlanta United too. But again, like his shot ability, he's able to see the game. He sees where he needs to be. And that shot, I mean, it just goes a bit wide, but did not miss it by much.
Donaldson brilliantly able to keep his head as well. Here come the 5 stripes right now. How's that for service? Straight onto the laces on this far right wing. We'll flip it around. Here's Brown. Suarez Cody, he'll cycle it all the way back for Jardine. Drop of the shoulder and blitzes by his man. Goes past 1, goes past 2, and just can't get it around that final wall there in the back line for Charlotte. Couple of one-touch passings. They're able to scramble their way out of danger and then sticking in the shoulder to just get a little break in play. Possession stays with Charlotte for a free kick. They'll immediately go for the switch to Kerr, who's able to chest it and keep it in. Looked like he might have had a little bit of bicep or forearm there in that touch, but we'll let play on. Here's Wayne. The number 10, crafty couple of step overs. Oh, as he tried to leak it in towards that far right wing, just couldn't find the boots of a teammate.
Yeah, that is Mason Peacock. He's right over there on that right side. Was trying to find him. He was in a dangerous spot in that 18. And he's another player that you want to try to connect with. And if you can find him, he can be dangerous.
And speaking of connecting with Peacock as well, doesn't need a first touch. He can put it on target with the swinging volley as well, as we saw just a couple of weeks ago in an MLS match, next match day rather, against NSC a little while back. Caught it right out of the air.
Maybe we're the good luck. Maybe he'll get another one here as we're both on the call.
The commentary combo. Joe Fryhofer and Madison Cruz with you guys this morning. Thank you so much to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta for making these streams possible. Jardine, looping ball right into the middle of the area. Couldn't find anybody. It'll dance its way out. Armistead,
really
first to pounce to it, getting stuck in. Watch out here, Five Stripes. Here comes a counter from Charlotte. The man who found the third, Carson Hall, goes alone, lifts it onto the crossbar. It's off. Second chance off a framework again. Can the Five Stripes clear it? No. Charlotte's still with it. Volley towards the far post, and it's out of bounds. Off a framework 3 times in a row, and the 4th opportunity skies.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. That is insane. It comes off the crossbar, bounces back into play, then it bounces off the crossbar once again, and then it bounces off the post outside. Hey, it's a derby. Here we go.
And it's gotten to that point in the match where Maddie and I just start pacing back and forth because this match has had a bit of everything. We're approaching now the 80th minute here. Everybody getting some water, getting themselves settled in. Some more substitutions. A duo swap here for the visiting side of Charlotte. If your head coach, Kevin Martinez, of course, the native of Valencia, España. He's the former FC Dallas first-team assistant, and he's also coached a couple other different clubs in Spain as well, like San Jordi and Ibiza as well, before making his way to Major League Soccer. Very experienced gaffer, taking on the likes of Steven Turek in this U18 side. This match has had everything, and we're thrilled to be with you. Here is Suarez Cody. Look at that run on that far side of Peacock. Couldn't quite find him. Can the Five Stripes get a second chance opportunity here? Vicente, el Puerto Riqueño, thought about a strike. Able to put it on net right there, testing his man off of his line. Logan Ecker once again been big in this match, makes himself bigger there.
Yeah, that shot from Vicente, it takes a small deflection off of a Charlotte center back as it's just driving through, which slows down the play, but then diving to get that was Logan Ecker. He had a track the whole way, though.
Kerr one-on-one right there with Ettinger. Was able to just let it melt all the way back to Donaldson. Trying to get away from pressure. Here is Wayne, the number 10. He's been techie so far. First couple of touches we've seen from him. Armistead is going to try and see if he can get a little bit more territory for his throw right there. Can't blame him. So in the 81st minute we go right here. Brought down nicely. Suarez Cody never really went out of play, so it stays in. Vicente tried to hold it up. Too much grabbing and pulling of the shoulders and the kit right there. So a free kick earned for the Five Stripes.
Yeah, this one is interesting. You wanted to maybe look at taking it a little bit quickly, but I like that Jack Wayne waited a second because it allows you to get a little bit more numbers forward. You had the open space, but Charlotte was coming back quickly. You want to make use of this free kick.
So our head official is going to back up this free kick just a little bit more. The number 10, Jack Wayne, over it. Swinging ball in towards that back post. It's punched away. Offside. Well, it looked like the Five Stripes were on the verge of taking the lead right there. It was almost too good to be true at that back doorstep, and we're going to see a card given here as we got a little bit of mix-up in the box. But let's catch up right at that back post. It was Ettinger Matty who found himself all alone, but too good to be true.
Yeah, that one is weird. As that ball's curling in, I think the offside might have actually been on Vicente. As you saw the two strikers driving in, they were a bit ahead.
Yep.
Because also, too, you did have Ettinger who was standing right there, but I think he was in line. But yeah, it was an offside once that one gets cleared off the board, but then obviously you have Suarez Corey, you gets the yellow, but I think you eat that a little bit because you're trying to slow down that play, because if not, Charlotte's going to try to distribute that ball out wide.
Absolutely.
And you're looking for possibly another attack when you don't have the numbers back to defend.
Yeah, brilliantly said. Well done to just get a little tactical yellow and slow up play right there. Mason Peacock on that far right wing, trying to see if he can get himself involved here in some of the final minutes of this match that's had everything. Looking for the 1-2s. He made a looping, overlapping run on that far right wing. Here comes Charlotte. Can they respond? Can the visiting side get 3 points out of this one? Donaldson dangerously takes a touch with his boot, crashes in to one of his own center backs right there, but scoops it up in the end. Suarez Cody. Time and space. Here's Peacock. Driving possession forward. They'll go for a switch. Jack Wayne was there. Vicente just tried to redirect the ball and see if they could escape a touch of Charlotte's back line. That can't do it. Wayne getting himself stuck in. Here's Kerr. Nice little spinning turn. Ettinger pokes it forward to Vicente. 1-on-3 right here, and he somehow melts his way through pressure. Thought about going for a switch as well, but couldn't find the run of Peacock. Up in the air. Big man gets himself stuck in once again to win that second ball. Switched over. Wayne. Got himself cut in right there with Grayson Armistead, who made that run as well. We've got our head official who's going to speak with one of our line judges here for a second. Not sure what about exactly. Maybe just to keep an eye on one of the players and make sure nothing goes any further than what's been already said or done.
I thought I had heard as he was walking over time, so I didn't know if it was maybe a check of this will be added in stoppage time, especially for the delay. I'm not for sure.
Armistead goes long. Vicente rises and is able to get to it. Suarez Cody. Shrugged off safely right there by Charlotte's backline. It'll be a goal kick for them. We're going to restart things here real quick. So 85th minute, 3-3 right here. It's a derby morning to start the day. Charlotte's going to build out from the back with a lot of five-stripe pressure right here. Can they keep their heads and see if they can get a finish in this one? Escorted nicely by Atlanta. Scooped up in the middle. They'll recycle it all the way to the back and then forward. Jardine, the man who found the first goal of the day. Look at that for a ball. Vicente off the post. That's as good of a filtered ball as you can get. But the Puerto Riqueño able to get stuck in with a tackle right there and keep possession. Here comes Charlotte the other way. Man, if we had a woodwork count for this match, I think we'd be at our limit. We'd run out of ticker room on the digit counter. Here we go. Long throw over the top. Suarez Cody. A couple of teammates accompanying him if he'd like to go that way. Tried to flick service around. Look at him keeping up with the run. Poked away. Right on the edge of the area right there. It'll be a corner for the Five Stripes.
I think Suarez Corey has absolutely broken through in this second half. Yep. He has been all over the place. Offensively, he's getting into those small spaces, cutting around. He's making defenders make choices. He's taking shots. I love it. I absolutely love it from Ignacio Suarez Corey.
This calls for a big sip of mate here. Here's Jack Wayne, the number 10. Good little service with some venom on it, but we've got a player down here for Atlanta. It looks like he's holding his right ankle. That's going to be the center back, Ettinger. As he's slow to rise to his feet, we'll throw on the binocs here and see what we've got going on.
We got a binocs mention, too.
The binocs are out. Oof. And it is the captain, Ettinger, who's slow to his feet. He's just holding that right ankle. Just landed a little awkwardly on the service there, but looks like he should be able to play on. So for the way this one's gone, there's going to be some added time to this one, certainly, especially with the pace and amount of stoppages here. So we'll get a drop ball. And the Five Stripes will resume control of it here. Center back pairing of Alver and Ettinger has been very crafty in the build-up from the back. Donaldson, once again, has been accurate with his service and long ball so far today. Here's DD Cibrian out there as well, who had one of the tidiest finishes you will see of the day. Foul and free kick for Charlotte. Approaching 88 minutes right here. Still a deadlock, 3-3, but here comes Charlotte. Chested down nicely just outside of the edge of the 18. Here comes Elizalde. And that is a whizzing ball all the way in towards that back post. It manages to keep itself inbound somehow. Brought down by Ethan Curtis. And snatched up in the end by Donaldson once again. These are some of the final breaths here of regulation. And we'll see what we get for added. Grayson Armistead, the kid who's got an infinite gas tank, exchanges with his number 10, Jack Wayne.
Doesn't even look tired. He's been all over the place.
Unfazed. Unbelievable.
Absolutely all over the place for Atlanta United.
Speaking of service, that is one of the better balls we've seen so far. Mason Peacock hasn't been able to get his boot onto any of these services so far, but he's lethal.
Yeah, so when it's really picking up now, too. It's going to make this next matchup for the U16s really interesting, too, with the wind playing another huge factor as it did last weekend, too.
And as Matty Cruz said, don't go anywhere, guys, because we've got a doubleheader this morning. Of course, the U18s right here, kicking us off with one of the better matches we've been able to call for this MLS next season. And then right after, we've got the U16s of both sides taking each other on. Smashing tackle in the middle. Foul on Charlotte, free kick for Atlanta.
Yeah, it's another late tackle coming in after Atlanta wins the ball. As DD Cibrian caught that one, he's able to win the free kick here for Atlanta, and it's an opportunity. Set up shop here, you can hold it. You also try to find some service in the box. You've got a lot of playmakers in the box right now lining up.
So Jardine tees this one up for the Atlanta U18s. Thinking about scooping it in towards that back post. I see Ettinger. I see Oliver back there as well. It's got some venom to it all the way towards that back post. It's right on the doorstep, but they just can't find the back of the net. Charlotte able to crash in with their back line right at the end and couldn't get it home. Final couple of minutes, and then we'll see what we do for added time here. Five Stripes trying to flick it on. First time strike. Oh! They went for the volley, but it was deflected as well. Held up brilliantly and able to make something out of nothing. Here comes a corner for Atlanta.
Listen, I said it before, but Suarez Corey is growing up in this game. Absolutely. In that one, too, he's able to get all the way on the far post for that free kick and head it in, almost able to squeeze it in over the line. But it's able to be cleared off by Charlotte. But, I mean, it's still the service from Ignacio Suarez Corey in this second half. Outstanding.
Raise the arm from Armistead. It's going to be an in-swinger, low towards that front post, flicked on. Logan Egger didn't have to do much to get it home into his mitts. So Charlotte will drag it out from their own goal line here. Pounced on nicely by Armistead. Jardine stuck in the shoulder nicely. Jack Wayne.
Oof.
Shares it wide for Mason Peacock. A little cut back in top of the box. Wayne!
Ooh.
Right on target and a nice save once again by Logan Ecker. Here's Jardine. Jogging his way onto it. Wayne's got some more space there, top of the box. Vicente was trying to track for a little deflection. Charlotte frustrated with themselves as they concede yet another corner for the Five Stripes. The home side trying to squeeze 3 points here in their own backyard.
Yeah, Atlanta, I think, is really hammered home in the second half, too. It's been a really insane match. The emotions of going up, having the early lead, then going down, tying things up. It's been so back and forth. But I think Atlanta, especially in the second half, has really responded well.
That's an aerial ball with some danger on it right there. Still in the area, Vicente. And we've got a corner. It looked like we had a couple of calls for handball right there as it was just in the heart of chaos. And this is pure chaos to end it. Once again, another corner for Atlanta.
Yes, we're in stoppage time. I don't know how much is going to be added on for this one.
Anybody's guess is as good as ours. Once again, teed up on that far corner here for the Five Stripes. A lot of air underneath it. Made it into the middle. Oh! Logan Ecker would like to say that he had it covered. It's that man once again, DD Cibrian, who rose to the occasion and tried to knot it on towards that back post. So long and wasting no time to try and break over that Five Stripes back line and catch him off guard. Donaldson comes way out and makes a big clearance end to end here to try and wrap it up. And unsure about that one, but we're saying, oh, we got a big shove here on this far sideline. That's going to be another booking as well.
It's going to be a red card shown to
And
Ignacio
off
Suarez-Corey.
goes Ignacio Suarez-Corey. Just the emotion got too much of him right there, and in what looks like it's going to be the final 2-3 minutes, he knows it as well as he makes the long trot back to his sideline.
It's one of those, especially too, right there on the end line. It's been a derby. It's been heated emotions back and forth.
So it looks like we lost a possible mouth guard here, maybe? Shin guard, so we'll get that stuck in. We almost lost the tent here with that push of the breeze right there, but we're going to keep on. We got another final couple of minutes here to wrap this one up. Again,
we'll keep the 10.
Suarez-Corey into the book here for a second yellow and sent off on a red. There's he makes the long trot over, and Maddie, you said it perfectly. Just the emotion, the frustration right there of trying to get something to wrap up this match. Charlotte's going to take that long throw and waste no time. Armstead right there, trying to see if he can poke it forward into Wayne. Throw for Charlotte.
It's one thing, too, about matches like this and why they're so important for Academy players. You want to have a match like this where it is a lot of emotion because you're going to deal with a match like this at the professional level. And it's about learning, figuring out what works, what doesn't, and making those mistakes early so that way when you are in those situations, you don't make them again. And I think for me, I think Ignacio Suarez-Corey had an incredible game today. I thought he was outstanding in the second half, too. But this is a game where emotions get really high. And for all of these players, it's about how do you manage a game, especially when it is a derby, when emotions get high, when it's been so back and forth.
And those emotions are about to take another peak right here, Matty Cruz, of course, as we're in what's got to be some of the dying moments of this second half of what's been a match that's had everything. Isaias Alizalde with a long throw right into the heart of the area, and he's going to call full time right on the edge of the area right there with enough time for a volley. In the middle of an attempt right there. Looks like that's going to do it. So 3-3 finish in the end. Fireworks from the beginning until the end of the 90 here in the middle of a strike for Charlotte. But that's going to do it as we go a point apiece in a demolishing derby here between Atlanta United U18s and Charlotte U18s. Maddie, what do you make of that?
Wild. That was chaos. That was absolute chaos here on a Saturday morning. But that shot, too, again, I'll give credit to Donaldson. He's able to track that with the right foot. He stops that immediately. It's one of those where you know emotions are going to get high. It's a fun derby. You know that it runs all the way through. It seeps through everything. And you saw it here today. It was a back-and-forth match. I thought both teams played very well, especially with the resilience and the battle and the fight back to come back in. I think Atlanta United showed a lot of grit, especially, too, in those situations. And it's about learning those lessons and continuing to move forward as well. And for Charlotte, I think as well, they had a great game, too. Fought back in and found the moments.
Well, that's been Madison Cruz. I'm Joe Fryhofer. Guys, please don't go anywhere as we've got another one here. We've got the U16s coming up in this next one. Maddie and I are going to switch positions here as well, and that we will welcome on once again Jason Longshore, of course, one of the voices of Atlanta United 92.9 The Game, and Madison Cruz, as good as it gets knowledge-wise and following these youngsters as they make their way up the Atlanta United system. Some of the work that the SDH network does. You're in the place to be to start your Saturday and kick off November the right way with the beautiful game. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Welcome back in to the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground as we get set for Atlanta United U16s facing Charlotte's U16s. Second match in a doubleheader. Madison Cruz here alongside Joe Freihofer as we get set for this matchup. And Joe, the first one brought a lot of fireworks.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised we still got air left in our lungs for this one. A 3-3 finish that had everything from penalty finishes on both sides. But what stuck out to me, Maddie, is that both teams also found a way to get control of the match, figure out a way to get their build-up going. We saw a lot of disjointed play to start it really end-to-end. And then in the second half, both sides' tactics were brilliantly shown there as well. And a share of points in this one that leaves more on the table here.
Let's kick it for 45 here at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground. Immediately, Charlotte's in possession. Early pressure from Atlanta. It's going to fall back under a lot of pressure. Charlotte's keeper forced to just send this ball away. Intercepted back Atlanta as it falls right to the keeper for Charlotte. Atlanta intercepts it again, looking to make the turn. Really good defensive effort from Charlotte. Will be knocked out for a throw-in.
I think something, too, it's been a high press from the get-go for the Five Stripes you saw in that first matchup. They're doing it again here, and you got to see how sustainable it can be throughout the 90.
Settled right near the far corner. Atlanta trying to cut around. The last touch came off of Charlotte, so it's going to be a corner here for Atlanta United early on. On the far corner flag. In swinger. This ball gets sent way over the goal, and it'll be a goal kick here for Charlotte.
Got to be content if you are Atlanta United, just being able to get yourself stuck in to start that one. A big corner opportunity to begin it right there. And again, notably, a couple of guys out in this one as well. If you are the Five Stripes, you've got some defenders missing, Maddie, for this matchup. You've got Fred Bond and Uluwasiteyan Fakiyesi also, who is going to be out with Atlanta. Those guys are currently with the U16 camp in Spain. That's going to be running until early November as well. So exciting opportunities for those guys and a chance for some new faces to step up today.
Yeah, it's really cool, especially for a lot of those players to get their national team experience. It's going to be a great opportunity to come back, especially when you come back to the academy, to help and share a little bit of that experience. As Atlanta's underway, Quan gets tripped up, and it's going to be a free kick here for Atlanta.
Those fouls in that last one, too, Matty, was something that had a big impact to wrap the 90, so keep your head in this one. It's going to heat up as every derby does.
This ball will be sent out. It'll be headed back the other way by Charlotte. Charlotte's able to collect as they're going to look to break in the other way. This ball gets sent into the 18. It's going to fall right into the hands of Gonzalez.
Frustration there if you're Charlotte, a really nice opportunity on that far right wing, but it's just a question of lifting your head up once more, realizing the amount of time that you had right there, and getting that service more in and on target to your big man there up top in Franco to try and finish it off.
Now Atlanta's going to try to break the other way, driving forward. Able to collect. Riveres, he'll send this ball in with the right foot, headed out by Charlotte. So that ball's going to bounce over the end line. It'll be a throw-in. As it'll be left as well. Atlanta throwing here on the near side. Headed out. Quan collects at top of the 18, sent back out again. Out on to the right as this ball floats into the box, headed down, and it's going to be collected by Charlotte.
It's well done by the Five Stripes of knowing how to recycle play as well. You might not be able to get the first touch to it, but how you're positionally oriented to see if you can get the second, kick it back out to the wings once again, and get a second effort into the box. That's big for making yourself pests in this final third.
Sent back in the other way. Atlanta able to capitalize on the turnover. as it gets sent out.
Yeah, it's a good shot on goal and a good opportunity from Bryant right there. Again, just surprised with the space and time that he had for himself right there. Couple of runs at that back post, but he elected to go alone right there for one of the first clearer opportunities for the Five Stripes.
Yeah, able to capitalize too on that pressure early on, able to win the turnover in the attacking third. It's going to be Charlotte trying to break the other way. Goodwin, he'll collect. Sent out onto the right. As this ball comes in, have runners coming in, looks for that shot that just goes wide of the goal. But last touch came off of Atlanta, so it's going to be a corner for Charlotte.
That's outstanding timing of the run right there from Charlotte as well. You saw the Five Stripes trying to orient themselves as a back line and hold up to see if they can get an offside trap right there. Weren't able to do it, and then you saw the attackers for Charlotte making sure that they space themselves out and find the channels between those center backs. Lovely service right there and a key deflection from the Five Stripes to prevent an early chance for Charlotte.
Sireno. He'll get set up here on the near corner flag. An outswinger as this ball comes into the box. Still not a danger just yet for Atlanta. Cleared back out. Charlotte opportunity. Diving save is Gonzalez. Leaping into the air, stops that header from going in between the posts.
Tricky as well when you're a keeper and the ball is ping-ponging around that much and you're trying to keep yourself oriented between your posts, but he was keen to it and rose up nicely.
Atlanta trying to make the turn. It's won back over by Charlotte in the middle third. Sent all the way back to the back line. Techo. As the offside flag came up. Going to be brought all the way back for Atlanta for a free kick. Brown sends it back to Gonzalez. Back out to Brown. Brown will dribble forward. He'll pull it back. Under pressure, handles it well, sends it back out. Coughing. Coughing floats that ball over. A really good ball from Coughing, driving forward now. Slips this ball through. Martinez still holding on, floats that ball forward, able to collect outside. Atlanta with an opportunity. It's going to strike through, and a deflection from Charlotte for a corner.
It's outstanding build-up from the Five Stripes, and what I love most about this play is Riveras right here. He was able to have the composure to lift his head up for a second, give that body feint as if he was going to go for goal. That separation that he gets from his defensive markers there for a brief moment is what makes that opportunity so dangerous. It's about timing, lifting up your head in the right moment and seeing where your guys are positioned at. I love that they're not afraid to hold up play a little bit deep into Charlotte's area, and let's see if they can capitalize here on this service.
Near corner, it's an in-swinger for Atlanta. This ball gets sent in, jumping up into the air. It's still loose, dangerous, and it's gonna fall into the back of the net. Kai Martinez with that ball. It looks like, I believe, an Olympico is what it was. It came right in. Techo thought he had gotten a hand to it. We're going to have a conversation with the AR on this side, but it looks like as that ball was coming in, it was able to sneak past the goal line, and we're looking at a 1-0 lead for Atlanta United.
By technicality, you've got an Olympico to start out the day here, and just like you said, Maddie, of course, we don't have that goal line technology. There's no wristwatch alert here to let you know if it went over or not, so quick discussion by the line judge and our head referee, and we're going to get an explanation here to the Charlotte bench on what just went down, but it's, again, like you said, a floater that's in a really difficult spot where not anybody can quite get to it. The communication is too late here, and we're having another discussion here between our head official and the Charlotte bench here, so maybe some extracurricular words here. We see a yellow for Charlotte's head coach in this one. So trying to keep it tame, but once again, so difficult to corral, to know when to come off your line, make yourself big, and snatch it out of the air. And in the end, just the timing, the miscommunication, and the difficult movement on that ball is what's got the Five Stripes up here at home.
I will say, Joe, I think I've called so many Olympicos this season and as a whole in the fall season, not only for Academy, but also for college as well. This is a first for me.
Olympico Maddie, is that a new pending nickname,
I guess
perhaps?
So. I think it has to be now.
Change the Twitter username while you're at it.
New trademark coming into play, guys. This is what's going to happen. Charlotte in possession. They'll collect as they'll look for a response. Riveras sends it back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez sends this ball all the way into the air and out of play. This will be a throw-in here for Charlotte.
If you're Charlotte, keep your head in this as well. It's just such an unlucky finish. Of course, a little mishandled there in the communication at the back line. You're still in this. Have had lots of opportunity early against that Five Stripes back line. So deep breath, reset with the group, and continue to do what you've been doing, because the tactics and build-up have provided a lot of opportunity early.
Was trying to play up on to the right side. Just went out of play, so it's a throw-in here for Atlanta. As Rennie sends it back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez finds Josh Brown. Brown sends this ball forward. It's a really good ball, and Atlanta's able to collect, trying to slip this forward. It's going to be collected again as Togbo plays this ball forward to Kai Martinez. Intercepted by Charlotte, but it rolls out of play for a throw-in.
Something that I love from Atlanta so far in this one, too. Whenever they lose possession, everybody around seems to pounce in unison as one. Keep that good positioning and know you've already worked this hard and tracked that far upfield. See if you can recycle on a second chance, and they earned it here with a nice throw in a dangerous position.
It's going to be a long throw for Atlanta. Trying to find Bryant in the box. It's going to be collected by Coughing. Sent it to Quan. Quan all the way back to Rennie. Togbo to Martinez. Shielded away. Intercepted again by Togbo. The last came off of Togbo, so it's going to be a throw-in here for Charlotte. As we're in the 12th minute. It's 1-0 for Atlanta United. Back underway. It's a free kick now for Charlotte. First half here at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground. This ball gets sent in. Rennie will clear it out again for another throw-in for Charlotte, inching closer to their attacking third. Able to intercept it, driving forward now. Atlanta with an opportunity, have options going forward. It's going to be slipped through. Charlotte's going to collect. It's going to find Coughing. Collects it again. Coughing, shot from outside, and it's going to be collected by Urteco.
I don't mind it one bit, though. You find yourself with that much time and space at the top of the box. Why not have a crack? You had so many options on both wings, crashing down as well and trying to create those overloads. So the Five Stripes right now are getting a lot more comfortable in the buildup. Now it's on Charlotte. Can they capitalize?
Trying to find an option up top for Charlotte. Atlanta's back line stayed in line, though, and it was offside, so it's a free kick now for Atlanta as they'll hold on to possession. Gonzalez sends this ball forward, looking for Riveras. It's going to be shielded away, diving forward. Riveras was putting on the pressure as Urteco's able to come in and collect it. But Riveras was not making that play easy.
Oh, and Urteco doing well right there of being unafraid of the contact and going down hard. Another offside call right there, potentially on Charlotte as well. And I love watching so far, Maddie, the communication and how well synced Rennie and Brown have been that center back pairing for the Five Stripes. You watch them every time they can see Charlotte thinking about a filtered ball in through the channels as well, or going over the top. They have a look over their shoulders to take a look at each other, make sure they're holding that same high line. They've been trapping brilliantly, resulting in a couple of those offside call rathers so far in this one.
Trying to spring this ball forward. Last came off of Charlotte. So it's another throw in here for Atlanta. Bryant. It's a battle for possession, as Tagbo is able to knock it off of Charlotte. Wins another throw in for Atlanta.
This is what you win when you're Atlanta as well. When you're so high up in the pitch and can really cement yourself position-wise here, it only forces Charlotte to become more compact and start to retreat into their own defensive third right here. Makes it a lot more difficult to build out when you'd like to right here.
Able to collect. It's really good work from the captain and Josh Kwan. A brilliant turn. Recycles back out. Tagbo able to collect. Skipping through. Collected again by Atlanta. Clavon Burdine floats this ball in. Urteco is trying to get there. It went above him. He lets it roll over the end line for a goal kick here for Charlotte.
It's the individual quality for me as well, Maddie. Some of those touches and dribbles to get out of a phone booth right there, just around the edge of the 18, being unafraid to feel that pressure of 2-3 different markers coming onto you all at once and making sure you lift up your head at the right moment. I like that ball in towards the back post. It's just about finding the runs now, and look at the Five Stripes continuing to turn up the dial.
I see the pressure, too, having to turn. Josh Kwan as well. Charlotte's able to hold on to the pressure. Now an opportunity. It's a turnover from Atlanta, driving into the 18, looking for the low rate shot right outside, finds Bryant. It's cleared out by Charlotte. But it last came off of Atlanta, and it'll be another goal kick for Charlotte.
Yeah, almost felt as though there was a late deflection right there and could have gone for the Five Stripes. I love the hold-up play. I love what I'm seeing from guys like Brown as well. Kai Martinez right there. He did such a good job of sticking in his studs into the ground and feeling the pressure on his back and then being able to shrug off his marker, stretch play down that far left wing, and see if he can find somebody home there in the middle. It's brilliantly done.
Charlotte again in possession. Seagraves sends this ball forward. Driving forward now, an opportunity. Have a Charlotte player able to come back to defend. It's really good work from Atlanta. Still loose. Collected again by Charlotte in the attacking third. On the right. A low shot that gets driven in. But Gonzalez is going to get there and collect it down on the turf.
Charlotte trying to see if they can take advantage of that higher back line of that center back pairing as well. But you see there, they brought numbers that time and tried to see if they can force the Five Stripes into a lower block right here. And now is their chance to see if they can expand play in their formation as the Five Stripes build out of the back here. Here comes that crashing press once again.
Gonna make the turn. Intercepted again, Charlotte on the right. Intercepted again by Atlanta. Really good work from Atlanta. Winning those ball backs. That ball gets played out to Clavon Burdine. Was looking for Coughing. Intercepted again by Charlotte. Clavon Burdine once again wins it again for Atlanta. Turning back around, Riveras finds Coughing. Coughing leaves it back to Brown. Brown sends this ball forward, looking to make the run. It's headed out by Seagraves. Now an opportunity for Charlotte to build the other way. Back and forth game. No one was there to collect it as James Hay was trying to send it forward as it falls right back to Gonzalez.
I think it's a testament to how well organized and how set up both of these defenses are as well. It's been tough to break through for both sides.
Sliding forward again. Now another opportunity. Goodwin. Goodwin on the left. It's that pressure last came off of Atlanta, so it's a throw in here for Charlotte in the attacking third. Collected again, Josh Kwan. Leaves it forward. That was Santi Suarez Corey. He's able to make the turn. He's able to hold on. Santi Suarez Corey driving forward. Santi still at the top of the 18. He slides it through and it just goes past the post.
Oh, it's the dream build-up that you wanted from the Five Stripes right there. Santi Suarez Cody, he's the man who started that play from the very beginning. A bit of hold-up play and shrugging off of his marker and making sure he does not telepath his next pass. He brings his vision to his right, shares it out to that far right wing, and then from there they build and stretch play, and he takes it nearly coast to coast right there. Another awesome opportunity. Just got to be more clinical.
Sending this ball forward now. On the right. Slips this pass through. Charlotte trying to make something here in the 18. It's sent out by Brown. Sends this ball, Suarez Corey. Leaves it forward. He connects. He finds Kai Martinez. Martinez driving into the 18. He's pushed down. Referee says no foul.
Yeah, for me, it's just two players going shoulder to shoulder and crashing in. I like the no call there.
Charlotte having to get out of danger now. It's turned over immediately. An opportunity. Suarez Corey in the 18. Stood up by Charlotte. It's going to be sent out and cleared away. But Josh Kwan, he'll collect it for the 5 stripes. Clavon Burdine. Was trying to get that back on the right foot. Just took a bit of heavier touch, rolled over the touch line. Intercepted again by Atlanta. Josh Kwan. Connects to Coughing.
Loving what I'm seeing from Kwan so far as well. He's been very tidy with his dribbles and has had a very high work rate, making himself count in both boxes.
Suarez Corey has it stripped from him, and now Charlotte have an opportunity to break. They'll circle back around, wait for reinforcements. Hey. Great run on the right. An opportunity now driving forward. Looking forward, that cross, as it skips all the way to the other side. And it's going to be a throw in here for Atlanta.
That's that first touch on that far right wing that just got away from him. The wind shoving that ball all the way down towards the end line as well. And he wasn't able to swing his big toe around to that front edge of the ball and see if he can get more curl and better service into the area. Here come the 5 stripes.
Great run. Rivera sends this ball in. Was looking for Santi Suarez Corey. And it's a last touch, came off of Charlotte, was able to read that play, intercepted it, knocked it out. Corner for Atlanta on the near corner flag, but it's that 1-2 between Josh Kwan as well as Gonzalo Riveras to able to drive and work together to bring it all the way back into the attacking third.
Riveras as well has been very active there on that far right wing. Of course, a couple of key chances there. Now it's about making your set pieces count here. So you see the 5 stripes taking their time, getting filled in into the area right here in this one. See a good, accurate ball into the heart of the area now. What can they do with it?
In swinger. This ball gets sent all the way in. Headed down by Atlanta. It's going to be cleared out of the 18 by Charlotte. That ball's going to bounce all the way to J.C. Gonzalez. Finds Riveras. A great touch from Riveras. Leaves it for Clavon Burdine. He'll send it all the way back to Josh Brown. Brown back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez sends it up to Rennie. Rennie's going to switch the play. Able to collect his Riveras. Riveras finds Clavon Burdine. Tries to slip it through. Last touch came off of Clavon Burdine. So it's going to be a throw in here for Charlotte.
It looks like right here, Maddie, we're having some words from our head official asking if the photographers can give him a little bit more room here on the sideline. Trying to get a good angle, get the good content here for this matchup.
You don't want to miss it, too. It's a derby as well.
That's right. Something I love, too, man, it's been a big pattern of a lot of the keepers that come up from the 5 stripe system, as well as you see a foul and the other way for Charlotte, is just how active they can be with their feet as well. You've seen Gonzalez come way off of that line, nearly to the halfway line. He's only got time for a single touch and a ping diagonally over here to this far wing for a player like Riveras, who had that magnet touch as well. They're all tidy with their feet in that back line.
He's picking up some pointers from Jaden Hibbert as well.
Could be. Definitely could be.
Charlotte at the top of the 18, sent out by Atlanta. Really good touch from the back line as they'll look to play this ball forward, looking for the turn with Suarez Corey. But Charlotte will be able to collect and hold on. Yeah, so one thing with the keepers, unafraid to step a little bit higher. I still remember listening to Jason Longshore and Mike Conti on the call, especially when Jaden Hibbert first got into goal. Mike Conti had a small heart attack, especially with how far up Jaden Hibbert, and me and Jay's like, it's just Jaden. That's what he does.
Yeah, hard not to
He's
have
got
some
it.
heart palpitations when you see him that far off the line, and you want to make sure he keeps his touch under control. Here we go. Here we go. As
tensions start to flare, we set it to Darby. It's really good work from the captain and Josh Kwon coming in, trying to settle things a little bit. Referee also doing a really good job of handling the situation as well.
Yep, I love that from Kwon as well. He's wasting no time, gone straight in there and separated his guys from the pack as well. You saw Santi Suarez-Cody as well. Feeling the heat right there, that emotion, a couple of shoves right there, and I think everybody's fortunate to not have gone into the pocketbook right there.
I think the referee did a really great job there, especially because it's so early in the game. You don't want to start throwing out yellow cards just yet, and you know it's going to be heated.
Yep.
So you take the time, you talk to everybody, try to settle things now, but the next time if that happens, you might be looking at someone getting put in the books for that.
So here you go. Take that emotion now, respond in a well-positioned throw right here in Kwon. I've loved what I've seen from him. The engine out there who's been going box to box and covering a lot of ground and making things happen. Here he is right now.
Able to collect, trying to slip this ball through. Charlotte will come away with it. It's going to be connected as Goodwin. He's going to send this ball forward. Hay tries to play that through ball. It's going to be deflected back into the 18. Trying to battle for it. Rennie took a slip on the turf. He recovers very nicely. He's able to hold on to possession for Atlanta. Last came off of Atlanta, so it's going to be a throw in here for Charlotte.
That's good composure from Rennie right there as well. Like you said, man, difficult. When you go down like that, and the first thing that you can do is either look for the ball or panic and see where your man is right there. Did a nice job of rising back up to his feet, having a look, a quick scan, and found a teammate to get out of trouble right there.
So we're in the 27th minute. Once again, I want to say a quick thank you to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta for sponsoring, being a huge sponsor, especially for these streams for our academy matches. As there was a jersey grab as well as Atlanta was trying to break the other way. So it's a free kick for Atlanta. It's going to be played up to Clavon Burdine. Sent back to Brown. Brown squares it to Rennie. Rennie steps forward. He'll drive forward. Pull it back. Was blocked by a sea of white. It's sent up by Kwon. Tagbo trying to find Martinez. Intercepted by Charlotte. All the way back to Urteco. Out onto the right. Under a lot of pressure. That ball's going to be played up. Trying to connect to Goodwin. Able to collect it is Brown. Really good work between Coughing and Brown. Just letting Goodwin take that stride, and then at that extra step, Brown's able to come and knock it out for the throw-in for Charlotte.
Yeah, I love that from Goodwin as well. That was one of the better stretched out bits of buildup that we've seen from Charlotte. They've struggled to find themselves under a bit more control in this one and see if they can take advantage of more numbers further up the field right now. It's been difficult. Five Stripes have really been climbing onto the counter quite often, and now they're trying to see if they can actually get some segmented buildup going here. We got an offside.
Yeah, trying to track that ball down. The offside flag comes up, so it'll be a free kick now for Atlanta, as Atlanta leads 1-0. In another chaotic way to start, we had the U18s. Atlanta went up 2-0 within the first 2-3 minutes, and then we had a Olympico to start this one as well.
That's right. This is just what happens when you put the commentary combo together on a match. Magic happens.
We always get the crazy games, too. I think
we do.
They just know. We can handle the chaos.
That's right. That's right.
We absorb the chaos here.
Absolutely. We have it for breakfast.
And if you're just joining us here on atlutd.com/live, thank you again for tuning in to some brunch here at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground. It's a battle trying to win it back on this side. Sent up by Charlotte, but Kwon is going to collect. Kwon driving forward. Kwon now in the 18. Kwon circling around. He'll float this ball in, trying to find Suarez-Corey. It's cleared out by Charlotte. Now all the way out. Circling back around to Charlotte.
Yeah, and to no surprise, look at the guy who's tracking all the way out to help defensively. Here's Kwon, the very guy who was on that far left wing with one of the better services of the day. He has been immaculate to start for Atlanta.
Charlotte now has an opportunity On the right, cut inside, didn't like the option, will be sent all the way back to Brandon. Brandon will step forward, send it back to Seagraves. Driving forward now, able to collect is James Hay. Was trying to find something on the right. There's just a little, not much power on that one, so it was able to be intercepted by Atlanta as they look to break the other way. Quan in the middle third, connects to Coughing. Coughing tried to play it up to Bryant, but it's intercepted by Charlotte, but it finds all the way back to the feet of Brown. Coughing collects. Coughing out to the left to Tagbo. Sent all the way back to Rennie. Rennie dribbles forward. Rennie sends this ball all the way into the 18 and right into the hands of Urteco. That ball finds Sideno. Tried to head it up to maybe spring and attack that way. But now it's going to be in Atlanta's possession. J.C. Gonzalez. Josh Brown. He'll switch the play. A really good ball from Josh Brown. Able to settle his Tagbo. Even better touch from Tagbo. Driving forward now. Opportunity. Kai Martinez. Driving into the 18. Looking for that low cross. Able to collect it. Still loose in the box. And it's going to be cleared out by Charlotte.
That is as good as it gets in terms of a timed tackle right there from Charlotte. That is brilliant from their back line and from Jorge Sedeno right there.
Tried the cutback from Clavon Burdine. There's another opportunity for Atlanta. Intercepting it is Brown. Tagbo passes it back to Rennie. Rennie out to the right to Brown. Brown steps up. Riveras. Riveras slips it through, finds Bryant. Bryant floats this ball in, looking for Suarez. Corey Suarez. Corey slots it into the back of the net. Santi Suarez Corey able to collect at the 18, and just like that with the cut is able to find the far back post and makes it 2-0 for Atlanta United.
I don't know if it's the service or the finish that impresses me more right there. It's just a ball that's lofted with the laces right over the top of that Charlotte back line, and then the composure to waste no time. You have one look up, you insole it right home into the side netting. That's how you make it 2-0. Five Stripes imposing themselves more and more here in their home base.
Finding the moments. Atlanta's been banging on the door since that Olympico early on. They find the second. So we're in the 33rd minute in the first half. Atlanta leads 2-0.
And as if they waited, it's almost as if you thought they would wait to pull out that finish once some of the first team guys start showing up. I see with the binocs we got on the far side here, first team right back, Venezuelan international Ronald Hernandez has joined us this morning to look on to some of the youngsters. And it looks, Maddie, like he might have a matecito in his hand as well. So Ronald, cheers.
I love it. You can't see now. Joe's also pouring himself. Got to get all the caffeine here.
Exactly. As if the derby itself wasn't caffeine enough. This has been fantastic to start the day with you.
It's been a fun couple of games, especially with the first one, the chaotic one, as it might be more chaotic too. Charlotte driving in. Gonzalez, diving save. Slows down that run, unafraid to get his hands dirty. He gets down low, he collects the ball, stops that play from Charlotte.
Yep, you said it yourself. It's just unafraid, perfectly timed. You got to know when to come off of that line and then go straight through the man right there. Be ball first and know that you're going to maybe receive a little tip there afterwards when you pay the bill to come off your line like that. But he did fantastic.
It's going to be Atlanta's ball there in possession. Gonzalez sends it up to Coughing. He'll pass it out to the right to Brown. Brown back to Coughing, who's dropped back almost as that third center back, Renning. Rennie plays this ball forward, Tagbo. Tagbo, a great ball, slips it through to Kai Martinez. Martinez now driving in. Martinez tries the cut, looking for the option in Riveras, but it's intercepted by Charlotte, trying to make the turn.
Yeah, Riveras had a lot of space right there in just that half circle, but it was a ball that was just slightly misguided that ends up finding the Charlotte back line right there. Had a lot of time. Man, would they like that one back. But I love the play that I'm seeing from both sides right now. You see Charlotte getting a little more stuck in here and seeing if they can climb onto more controlled possession. And then the Five Stripes, every time that you see these clearances from a guy like Rennie or Brown, they're controlled clearances with intention as well, trying to find their striker first time.
Once again, Riveras finds Josh Kwan. Back out to Riveras. Riveras with the shot that takes deflection. Corner incoming for the Five Stripes.
The hold-up is brilliant. You make something out of it. Instead of being greedy right there and saying, I'm going to try and guide this in and curl it with my weaker boot, you hear your teammate behind you saying, leave it. He just, with a simple touch, a silky layoff right there, and they make something out of it. So another set-piece opportunity for the home side.
It's the second time, too. We've seen it a couple of times. Santi Suarez, Corey, wide open on that right side as he's driving into the 18. You're able to find him again, and he couldn't get that shot, so he leaves it to Riveras, who's able to come in. And Josh Kwan, too, able to connect and pass it back. Now we get a corner for the Five Stripes on the near corner flag. In swinger. This ball sent out low. Able to collect. Looking to rip the shot, skipping through, looking for that low shot, and it just skips past, but it did take a deflection. Another corner for Atlanta.
Man, I feel as though I'm almost out there with them the way that I'm seeing some of these dribbles go down, and I'm starting to move as if I'm a defender as well. It's just beautiful technique of being able to melt through that defensive pressure and then wait for the opportune moment to take a strike as they take this corner short.
Suarez Corey sends it back in, leaves it to Josh Kwan. Kwan pulls it back. Kwan trying to connect to Rennie. Able to collect. Sent back out. Kwan. As the offside flag was raised by the AR.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication there between the head official and the AR. As you saw, the flag was up for a good bit, but head official was able to get onto it in the right time.
Back in possession for Charlotte. Trying to win it back. Able to do so is Atlanta. That's really good pressure from Josh Kwan working together. Riveras was looking for the runner on the right, but it's intercepted again by Charlotte, but Atlanta can press. Still loose, takes a couple of skips, driving forward, and it's going to be a foul on Atlanta and a free kick for Charlotte.
You said it earlier, Maddie, but I got to tip my cap to our head officials so far in this one as well. There have been some pushing and shoving, a little bit of emotion and extracurriculars, but they've done a nice job of keeping this match under control. It's had a little bit of everything to it. Now I want to see Charlotte. How do they respond here in this one? You can see two in a row, of course. The first one, a little bit unlucky. The wind maybe helped you a little bit. Knuckling ball right onto that goal line, and you just kind of get caught in no man's land. That second one is a brilliant finish, one of the better ones you'll see at this level for the entire season now. It's a derby. Show yourself, stick out your chest tactically, and get yourself back into this one as you see him trying to do it now.
Able to step in, and it's another foul. Charlotte's going to be back in possession. It's going to make the second half interesting. I'm saying it, especially in the U18s matchup, especially with how that match ended. The second half brought all the fireworks, too. In this one as well, especially as we wind down closer to the end of the first half, Charlotte's got to be thinking, all right, how do I get back into this one? That's going to be an opportunity for Charlotte and the coaching staff to regroup and figure out what they need to do to bring this back in and tie things up and possibly get the win here in the second half.
Yeah, and I think mentality-wise too, Maddie, those are some of the most difficult moments. You approach some of the final minutes of the half, you feel like you're already safe, and you can let off the gas just a little bit. It's exactly what happened in the U18s match. They waited for the final few minutes in that first half, just an arid tackle in their own box from the Five Stripes, and that's how they respond. Charlotte doing a bit of the same here momentum-wise. Here they come.
On the right now. Sent in. It's a great deflection from Tagbo. He's able to put his whole body in, stops that cross from coming in. Throw in for Charlotte. Bryant. Couple 1-2. Kwan back out to Bryant. Bryant driving forward. Looking for the options. Looking for Josh Kwan. It's intercepted by Charlotte. But not out of danger just yet. They send it all the way back to Brandon in the back. Urteco. Seagraves. He'll step forward. He'll pull it back. Send it back to Urteco. Urteco launches his ball up to the right. Intercepted by Kai Martinez. Last touch came off of Charlotte. Throw in for Atlanta. Send forward. Charlotte's able to settle it. As they'll look to reset from the back. Trying to connect those dots and find something before the first half ends. Hay slips this ball through. Finding the moments. Tagbo gets ahead to it, but Charlotte's still able to hold on to possession. That shot comes down low. Diving save, Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez does really well there to make himself big and snatch that one up. That was dangerous as well because waiting there, praying at that second post was Franco Jaines as well. He was waiting for perhaps that ball to not be correctly corralled there by Gonzalez. So big mitts in a big opportunity.
Able to make the turn. Atlanta with an opportunity stepping forward, intercepted by Charlotte. It's really good work from the defensively from Charlotte, able to step in and win that ball back. Now they have a chance to go the other way. Circling around, plays this ball out onto the right. That's going to skip through. It takes a deflection off of Atlanta, so it's going to be a corner here on the far corner flag, this time for Charlotte.
Got to make the most of this if you're the visiting side as well as we approach some of the final minutes of this one. If you can get this on target and make an opportunity out of this here dangerously in the area, it's going to catch the Five Stripes more on their heels. Impose yourself right now. See if you can get stuck back into it. It only takes one to totally flip the momentum on its head.
It's going to be an outswinger. That ball gets curled and punched away by Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to step forward. It's still loose. A couple of misplay touches. I think there might have been a slip on the turf. Trying to collect it, but Atlanta's able to handle it well and escape the danger.
Yeah, Gonzalez is really fortunate right there. Of course, when you're in a situation like that, the right thing to do is to just follow through with the play and see if you can end up with it in the end and trust that your back line is going to track back to your own goal line. In that case, possession squeaked out to that far left side there. They weren't super covered, but thankfully, too much on the ball, and they're able to escape a really tense situation.
As that ball rolled over the end line, it's going to be a goal kick here for Charlotte.
I think the one thing that you do see young keepers do sometimes is he realizes maybe he's off too far and he just kind of freezes and tries to make a play or save when you're already out there. So if you're going to do it, at least follow through and be one more center back out there to try and clear it away.
And Charlotte have an opportunity to break now. As this ball gets sent in, looking for the far post. It's good win. But it's going to be collected by Atlanta as they'll clear it out, but not out of danger just yet. Kwan, he gets the one touch. He's able to connect, driving forward now, Riveras. Riveras able to send this, trying to switch the play, driving forward, looking for Suarez Corey. Is he going to get there? He couldn't get there, but he does enough to force Charlotte to knock it out of play for the throw-in.
Yeah, we got a lot of time left here before we wrap up this first half, but I got to say, Matty, Kwan has been remarkable for me. A little sneak peek of what I'm going to tell you here in a couple more minutes. Kwan has been remarkable. End-to-end, endless work rate, and a couple of precision passes as well to just connect everything and break the lines.
And that'll be something we talk about with Jason Longshore as well when he joins us for the start of the second half as well. A player that has been so fun to watch, especially from calling these U16 matches. Josh Kwan, bright future here with the Five Stripes. Collected, trying to rip the shot, takes another deflection off of Charlotte. Not in danger just yet, but there's a shove from behind by Suarez Corey.
It's a frustrating one because the shove itself it's really not much, but if you're a defender right there, if you feel just a finger laid on your back, you're always going to go down in your own area. Nicely done to keep possession there.
Charlotte trying to make the break as we're in the 45th minute now. Free kick now. Hey. Brandon. Amira. Back to Brandon. Brandon sends it up to Hay. trying to connect the dots, just not on the same page as that ball rolls over the touchline. Throw in here for Atlanta.
Can't be too much more than 2-3 minutes if I had to guess in terms of additional time here to wrap up this first half. Not much more left in it.
Cleared out, but Charlotte's able to collect it as they drive forward. Good win. That ball takes a deflection off of Rennie. Still not a danger just yet. Tagbo defending on this right side. Knocked out of play by Atlanta, so it's another throw-in for Charlotte.
Yeah, I like what Charlotte's doing, too, of making sure that they move in unison with numbers here as well. They're trying to force the five stripes into a lower block here and see if they can make the most out of some of these final moments. It's just the precision on some of these final balls in the end. They've had great opportunities, just cannot get it on target and cannot find the boots in dangerous positions here.
It's a throw in. Rennie's able to head it out, and it's a great touch from Mivedes, able to collect. Now an opportunity to break for Atlanta in the dying moments of the first half in stoppage time. Sent forward. Coughing's going to get there. Coughing with the low shot. Punched out by Urteco. It's going to be cleared out by Brandon, but intercepted again by Atlanta. Skipping through another opportunity. Atlanta, another great block from Charlotte. Not out of danger just yet anyway. Atlanta's still holding on to possession. Martinez with the cross. Coming in for this one. Coughing wide open on the right. Coughing tries the half volley as it just skies over the goal. And that is going to do it for the first half here at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground. Atlanta United leads Charlotte 2-0. Joe, first half thoughts?
Had a lot in this one, Matty Cruz. Of course, you saw right there at the end, I love the overloads, moving in numbers for the five stripes, and being unafraid to let it eat, whether from distance, outside of the box, right there as well. The composure for that second goal. Of course, you saw the Olympico finish to get it open, to lift it over the top of Charlotte's back line, like you got all the time in the world when everybody's crashing onto you for the side netting finish from Suarez Cody as well. That's as tidy as it gets. Now, can you keep it going? Charlotte, you've got to be more precise on some of that service. You've had all the opportunities as well, and have tested a guy like Gonzalez who came off his line there, especially towards the end. Make them pay. Be clinical, and you can climb back in this one.
We'll be right back to see how this one finishes in the second half here on atlutd.com/live. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, the voice of Atlanta United, Jason Longshore, is going to be joining us to recap the first half and get us ready for the second. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back in to the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground as we get set for the second 45 as Atlanta United leads Charlotte FC 2-0 in the U16s. It'll be Atlanta's ball, and let's go ahead and kick it for 45. Immediately starting out strong. Madison Cruz here alongside Joe Fryhofer. This ball gets sent all the way over for a throw-in for Charlotte. And Joe's an insane first half for Atlanta United. I feel like we said that in the U18s as well.
Yep.
It's just insane all over the place. But Olympico and then a brilliant finish by Santi Suarez-Corey to make it 2-0. You know, what do you make of the first half? And for Atlanta, what do they need to do in the second to keep up this pressure?
For me, it's a question of fluidity. I think Atlanta has been the more fluid side, more connected in build-up, getting their six involved. I think Coughing has been really impressive. I think Quan has been somebody who's just been going end-to-end and making a lot of brilliant passes and some services that you wouldn't expect. And then, of course, just the tidiness of that finish as well. Bryant, with that flick assist to Santi Suarez-Corey as well, was remarkable. For Charlotte, they're still struggling to find that connectedness. They're still struggling to get the midfield more involved, a little bit less of these rapid counterattacking, spraying it wide and then seeing if you can catch the channels of the Five Stripes back line out from underneath them. I think that's something that they need to do, is sit more on possession right here. See if you can bring this down and then get yourselves more involved with more time and space to do what you want to do.
Tried to make the turn, and Atlanta's immediately going the other way. Sliding challenge. It's going to be knocked out of play. It was Sideno. He was able to come in, sliding in, knocks it out, but Atlanta's in possession now. Brown's going to send it back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back out to Brown. Brown connects to Bryant. Bryant connects. Driving forward now is Clavon Burdine. Riveras. Quan slips it through. Suarez-Corey. Suarez-Corey knocks it into the back of the net. Another brilliant strike. Santi Suarez-Corey with his second goal in the match.
It's as good of a finish as you can make it as well. For me, it's the positioning of Quan. If we look back to it as well, he drifted back just a little bit to try and stretch out that Charlotte midfield, make the gap a little bit wider between them and the back line. Inserted himself perfectly right at the top of the 18-yard box to where he could just filter it right in. Once again, the Santi Suarez-Corey, who this time, Madison, made no mistake of it and roofed it past the goalkeeper. It's just back-to-back potent finishes for the attacker.
A brilliant strike again. And like you mentioned, it starts with that work from Josh Quan as well, connects it. But the Santi Suarez-Corey, a brilliant finish. And able to capitalize and make it 3-0 for Atlanta United.
Yeah, safe to say I think he's going to contact our production team and ask for the tape from this one. Those two are going to want to be on the reel for sure.
Atlanta's going to try to go the other way. Charlotte's going to collect. They'll turn. As that ball's going to come forward, stepping up, but the flag came up.
Yeah, it's brilliant dribbling there from Daniel Brown as well, as he was able to just slip past 2-3 different five-stripe players, as well as just that final ball and the timing of that run. I've loved the pairing of Rennie and Brown so far, the center backs. They're lengthy. They can stretch out play. They're calm under pressure. And this entire back line for the Five Stripes, really good with their feet, unafraid to play it out from the back, very high up. It's just those couple of times Gonzalez, not only has he been big on saves, but he's been tested coming way off of his line a couple of times, as you see him here getting settled in to build up right now.
Yeah, it was that run from Daniel Brown for Charlotte, too, just driving forward as he checked into the match. Now an opportunity for Atlanta United, driving forward. Tagbo. So that ball gets knocked out. It's going to be a throw-in for Atlanta. Martinez. Martinez tried to play it through to Quan. But it rolls over the end line. Goal kick here for Charlotte.
It's a nice job from the Five Stripes as well, making sure you know when to hold up your run a little bit. You were tested right there by that offside line, but you did a nice job of waiting to go into full gallop until you could catch them off of their mark right there. Now for Charlotte, you need to see a response here. You need to see if you can get a little bit more settled into that midfield as, again, they're dispossessed rapidly by the home side.
Driving forward now, Josh Kwan in the 18. Kwan sends this ball in. No one there on the far post. It's not out of danger just yet. Daniel Brown, misplayed ball that finds Bryant. Bryant with the shot that takes a deflection. Now going the other way is Charlotte. They have the numbers. Goodwin plays it out to the left. Goodwin collects again, but it rolled over the touchline before he could drive forward, so it's going to be a throw-in for Atlanta.
Yeah, I think it's for Charlotte just struggling to connect those passes as well. You saw right there them doing a little bit of one-touch passing in their own area. It's good to build up when you can, but not that close to your own doorstep as they nearly paid for it again.
As its ball sent back in by Charlotte, they look for that one-touch wide open, driving forward. Really good work and great goalkeeping from Gonzalez. As the flag came up, it wouldn't have mattered. But Gonzalez, again, forcing a decision from Charlotte, especially at the top. You dive down low, you force him to make a decision where he's going to shoot. And JC Gonzalez, once again, brilliant in goal.
Yep, it's sharp from that back line as well, of holding up and being synced up when you make that trap move as well. And then you said it, Madison, Gonzalez coming off perfect timing once again. We've seen that. That's about the 4th time now in this match where he's had to bounce off of his own goal line right there, made himself big, and made Charlotte pay right there. You're the last man, the most important man. Here he comes off again to corral it. And it's no problem at all. I love you're not having to scoop it up. You take a couple of touches, stretch it out from the back line, and build up again from there. It's just the use of the pitch, the positioning from the Five Stripes that has been so good and gives them that time on the ball for a tactician like Kwan, who's able to make something out of nothing.
Tried to play this ball through. It's intercepted by Charlotte, just riding the touchline. Wins it right back is Atlanta. And it's Riveras who's able to knock it out off of Charlotte for a throw-in for Atlanta, coughing. Clavon Burdine tries to play it through. Once again, last came off of Charlotte, so it's another throw-in for Atlanta, inching closer to their attacking third. Rennie. He'll send it up to Tagbo. Tried to play it through to Kai Martinez. But that ball just bounced over the touchline. Throw in this way, going for Charlotte.
Keep your eye, Madison, as well on that far sideline, too. It looks like we're seeing a platoon warm-up going on with several different players for the visiting side here today. So Charlotte going to see if they can freshen up this 11, see if they can maybe shake up play. Can somebody provide a fresh perspective, fresh vision, and see if they can break open the Five Stripes as they desperately need to here as we approach the 54th now.
Haynes. Driving forward. That ball connects to Goodwin. Goodwin delivers a low cross. Gonzalez is going to track it in and just let that ball and shield it out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Atlanta. It's once again the calmness from Gonzalez, especially in goal too. His comfortability, just being able to step up and shield their own ball away from his own goal.
Yeah, for me, it's the fake ball pickup right there. As you saw the mitt get stuck down, and then you just let it trickle out of the line. He knows the timing of this match, knows that you just got to take your time here, build up out of the back here in no hurry. Sitting on a tall 3-0 lead at home right now. What you can't do is get carried away. As you saw a couple times, got caught off of his line in that first half. He's been composed, but don't let it get to your head here. Be timely and precise with it.
Really good ball, trying to spring Kai Martinez. He's going to get there on the left flank. He's going to drive inside the 18, going to look for the cut back. Able to connect Suarez. Corey, he's going to get there as it takes a couple deflections. And it's going to be a goal kick for Charlotte.
Santi Suarez Cordy as well. So tidy with those dribbles. When you find it like that, he pounces on it just outside of the edge of the 18. A little deft drop of the shoulder right there. I thought for a second maybe there was a last-minute deflection on that one, but Charlotte's going to take it and go the other way.
I thought the same thing as well.
Yeah.
It's a goal kick here for Charlotte as they'll play this ball forward. Looking for Daniel Brown. So they'll look for the turn. Intercepted by Atlanta again. Skipping through a brilliant touch from Brown. Riveras. just battling through. Charlotte able to come away with it. Driving forward now, Goodwin plays this ball through. Couldn't get there. Driving forward now, an opportunity for Atlanta. They'll reset, they'll pass it back to Rennie. Rennie looking to play this ball over the top, was trying to find Bryant. But able to get there was your Teco. Charlotte switches to play. Rennie shields it away, Gonzalez. Launches this ball forward. Charlotte having a little bit more of possession now. They got to make those opportunities count as this ball gets played forward. An opportunity driving in. Diving save, Gonzalez.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's just brilliant from Gonzalez of being at the ready right there. Acrobatic leaping save to get to it. And like you said, Matty, Daniel Brown as well, Eddie Esquivel, they were instrumental in the build-up right there, holding up their runs a little bit. It's just that first touch on that first opportunity from Eddie Esquivel got away from him there. But Charlotte, again, they're clinical. They're being more aggressive. You find yourself in a spot in the pitch like that, don't think twice about it. Have a crack on goal. Make Gonzalez make more of those leaping acrobatic saves just like he did right there. And that's how you get yourself back into this one. You got to be brave. Sometimes you got to go alone against the back line that hasn't had too much to face. As Charlotte squeaking their way out of a dangerous one here.
Yeah, but that pressure, Atlanta's able to win it back immediately. Josh Kwan driving forward. Kwan connects to Martinez. Martinez floats this ball in, looking for the cross, headed up by Charlotte. Collected by Charlotte. They'll clear it out of the 18. That ball's going to be... It will not be sent out of play. It's going to ride over the touchline. And Atlanta's going to send it all the way back to Gonzalez.
Man, you're frustrated if you're the Five Stripes right there. It was a good idea. Found yourself alone with time and space for a service right there. It's almost as if the ball just leaped over both of the options that you had in the box. Got another chance for it here.
Clavon Burdine putting on the pressure, trying to win the ball back or maybe win a corner. Charlotte able to come away with it as it's going to be a foul on Riveras. It'll be a free kick here for Charlotte. 58th minute as Atlanta United leads Charlotte 3-0. And make sure you stick around because listen, we're gonna get one of the voices of Atlanta United joining us. I don't know if you know his name though. It's, you know, maybe you have heard of him. Mr. Jason Longshore will be joining us to get his thoughts on the match right now. Thoughts on what he's seen from Atlanta United. This ball slips through. Really good work defensively, shielding that ball away again, allowing for Gonzalez to come in and scoop that ball up.
Yeah, Franco Jaines, once again, he just tried to stick in the shoulder and see if he could spin his way around the center back wall, also corralling possession right there. Just couldn't get a boot onto it. Gonzalez, once again, they keep testing him, and he has answered every single time with composure and good timing.
Goodwin. As that ball gets played out, it's going to be a throw-in here for Charlotte.
I think we should work on a possible WWE entrance for Jason Longshore, maybe next call. I know it's going to be tough with the production right now, mid-match, you know, but just a little song that can crash in out of nowhere onto the broadcast, you know?
I think this is exactly what we need to do.
Keep the 17s on their toes.
Oh, yeah.
Never hurt anybody.
Everyone likes a little spontaneity.
By God, it's Jason Longshore.
All right, now that has to be clipped. We got to clip that. Oh, my gosh.
Just an idea.
Wow. We're having fun here. That's the whole point of this. Having fun. Having fun. That ball gets sent all the way back to Gonzalez. I'm going to be really upset if that's not clipped and that's not going on.
We can make that happen.
That's the first thing that's going on the TikTok for you, Joe. Throw in for Atlanta. Kwan. It's going to pull it back, wait for reinforcements. Kwan out to Martinez on the left. Martinez floats this ball in, diving save. Your Teco.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Just not enough air underneath that surface to try and get it onto the back post right there, as you saw. An entire shadow right there for a very cool flyover mid-match. The more I keep looking at Kwan as well, he reminds me of just a a young Phil Foden as well. Similar movement, similar frame, both left peggers as well. It's just Kwon is more box to box and has appeared in crucial moments. Can you get him more involved in continuing to string together play? You see the Five Stripes taking their time on this throw. For Charlotte as well, if you're going to make changes, you got to make them at the turn of the 60th minute as well. You cannot let much more time escape before you try and freshen up this lineup.
Able to connect. Charlotte trying to make the break, immediately stepping in to intercept is Brown.
Oof.
Harsh collision. Both players get up as Coughing's able to intercept it. Coughing now dribbling forward. Coughing tries to slip this ball through. It takes a deflection off of Charlotte. Haynes. Back to Urteco. That was a dangerous touch as you had Suarez Corey driving in, looking for the pressure. Atlanta might be able to win it back here, and they do. Bryant tries to send this cross in. It's going to be a corner here for Atlanta.
That's brilliant work from Bryant as well. Of course, you saw the earlier service in the second goal today for Atlanta United. You also got to say for Coughing as well. He has been a guy who we need to give more shout-outs. He's been doing a lot of the dirty work there, sometimes in that 6 role, appearing and being that shield for that back line. And then, of course, making sure that you continue to stack on these set pieces, make that clock move. And another good chance here. Can you get a good delivery into the heart of the box for the Five Stripes, who have done brilliantly so far in the second half as well.
So we have a small stoppage here. So there's a Charlotte player down. In the stoppage, we'll bring in Jason Longshore. Right, Joe, where's the music? There it is. There it is.
It's the worst Jim Ross impression I've ever heard.
I'll take that.
Wow. Absolutely. Well, Jason, we'll go ahead and start things off as well. I mean, what have you seen from this U16 side here in the first half and also in the few minutes you've seen of the second?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about Santiago Suarez Corey all day. He's been brilliant. You mentioned Coughing. That's a player that I was really looking forward to seeing today because we saw him at center back last week till the very end when he moved into the midfield. Thought it was a little bit of a slower start for him in midfield, but here in the second half, he's really started to dictate things a little bit more. I love the versatility from him. And I think that's one of the biggest things when you look at players at this age group especially. They might turn into different positions before their time in the academy is done, let alone even when you start trying to project to what it looks like for them at a pro level, at a college level potentially, whatever that is. You're going to see players move positionally. You're going to see attackers drop to fullback. You're going to see, central midfielders move between 6, 8, and 10. Like, it's just nobody's really settled yet. There's nothing rigid about who plays what right now. So I like to see somebody like Coughing be able to step into the midfield and handle it with the technical skill.
Good to see Haynes as well back up onto his feet for Charlotte as we get ready for another set piece here for the Five Stripes.
On the far corner, it's going to be an in-swinger. This ball gets sent in. You're looking for that run-in on the far post. But that just gets sent over the end line for a goal kick for Charlotte.
Jason, somebody I've been heavily fixated on so far in the entire first half and the start of the second, as well as a guy like Kwon, who's been so instrumental for the Five Stripes in a lot of these plays and doing a lot of the runs and